What's going on, guys? I'll be like in and out. I'm doing working on computers and me following, etc. Talked about life, relation I've suffered, Emerson Marx. But I'm gonna try to show you best as like how to run computers. Right now there's the old school HP Mini 110. Old school is like DDR2. I had eventually Vista, Windows Vista on here. Now I put Windows 10 32-bit version. It's got a hard drive in it. I believe it's a 1-core 1 processor, but it don't go so fast because it's a 1-core 1 processor. But even though it's a dinosaur, it'll get you by from minor use. As long as you do for everyday use, you're all good, So I'll walk it through, and anything once again, computer questions, I got you. Like Apple, Microsoft are not hard to work on. The only time they get hard if you tear apart, disassemble a laptop. It's newer laptops are more plenty plastic, and it can be tricky. You can break it, etc. But but yeah, I got you every which way. And I look at the TikTok servers, they glitch you. Because the colors out there behind me, they're actually pretty bright, etc. How's everything? Well, weekend, how's everything? But yeah, so you got here, damn, hard to see. But I got, Windows 10. So I'll tell you right now, this is a, let me see that boot up. So this is an older laptop. So hey, Kyle kids, how's it going? Hey Cindy, how you doing? So this is an older laptop, so since the hard drive DDR2 32-bit Windows 10, it's a little slow. You gotta be patient with the situation. But I'll tell you right now what's running. So this is it's a HP Mini 110, which is the dinosaur, yes, for sure. But I'll hold your hand, guide you how to work on these pretty easy. Any laptop, desktop, Microsoft, Apple, I got you which way. So. And right now I already did Windows 10 on this one, so I'm gonna install Office on here and then activate it. So for the most part, nowadays, YouTube's your best friend. And if you have to talk to other techies wise, they'll help you, guide you how to activate things and how to run software, all the good stuff. So, but I tell you, today's computer talk basically. But also I do, once again, life, relationship I've suffered. So, and ideas like to teach you how to use, how to work on your own computer without going to a computer shop and paying all that money. You don't have to. You're gonna go on Geek Squad's a gimmick. Big computer shops are a gimmick. So all you need is a hard drive, SSD if you choose to go a lot faster, and then operating system, RAM, and from there just fine tuning. And it's all pretty much same for robotic, etc. So like this one, it's a HP Mini 110 running a 1-core 1 processor, which is very, very basic for generation wise. But even though it's obviously a dinosaur a lot older wise, it's still, if you're patient with it, it's still functional. This is running a hard drive. If you run an SSD, you can try to, but I believe it'll just make it minutely a little faster, not by much, because it's a 1-core 1 processor. So I believe this is probably like, I'm guessing probably like 10, 12 years old, which age doesn't matter at all. It's just in computer talk, age does not matter. As long as you have DDR2, especially in desktop wise. On laptop, DDR2 it's not worth getting 8 gigabytes of RAM, because a 4 gigabyte stick of DDR2 in the laptop is gonna cost you about, hey Rico Fred, how's it going? It's gonna cost you about, like, even a brand new eBay from China is like $40, $45. At that price, you could buy a decent used laptop, So let me see, HE 100. So once again, for basic use, it's minor. You'll get by. You gotta be patient with it. Once again, but I'm just trying to see when there we go. I just want to see when this thing came out. I'm guessing like 2004, 2005, maybe a little older than that. Oh, take it back, 2009. Dang, 2009. So back then, $400 for this little cute little thing. That's like, yeah, that's a lot of money. But obviously, first generation wise. But anyway, so as you can see right here, if you can see, it's hard to see once again. I apologize. Eventually, when I get my office set up, I'll have better setup as you can see. But anyways, on here you don't have no office at all. So you have the free version, etc. Once you activate it, all good stuff. So I'm gonna show you how to install it. Hey George, how's it going? How you doing? To install it on here and then to activate it. So, and then once again, for the most part in the computer talk, you can activate anything. You know, YouTube's your best friend. Computers are not hard working at all. Like what gets harder is when you start doing, you know, like computer programming, coding, you know, higher classes of computer work, etc. But obviously, you have to go for that, or if you have someone to vibe with, they'll teach you. Like me, I'll teach you all day. It's easy, you know, all day, every day. And the reason I'm doing this is like some people look like, oh, but you know, you're gonna lose business because you know they can, someone else can, you know, learn from you, and they, you know, locally wise, and they start doing their hustle. Like, yeah, that's cool. I don't care. You know, I'm just sharing knowledge, and that's it. That's all I'm doing. So if they take it, cool. They can take it and run with them, most definitely. And from there wise, they could do local computer work, or if you're, you know, nation worldwide, I'll hold your hand, guide you, and I could be your, like, your teacher basically, and show how to, you know, how to activate your Windows, your Office, how to fine tune it. If your computer's running slow, I'll show you how to you know, fine tune it and double check things so you figure out if it's the hard drive that's being the issue, or is it because you have clutter, cookies, etc. How to clean it up and how to fine tune it. So remember, every time you oops, oh my bad. Every time you install Windows operating system on a computer, it's basic, it's standard. So every Microsoft, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, etc. It's all installed there, but it's detuned out of the box, so it's slow. So you have to fine tune it to make it run a lot faster, which is very easy to do. You just gotta go to your registry files, and then to your power options, and then little fine tuning your boot up MS config, etc. But right now, I tell you, right now I'm gonna show you how to install like this is just basically an ISO, which is basically operating system wise, and I'm showing you how to install the Office on there. Yeah, how was everybody weekend, I'm asking? Now after this one, I'll work on another laptop, but I believe this one I potentially might not be able to do it right now because it's this is a 86-bit, which is basically a 32-bit. So we can't really run 64-bit on a 32-bit. And also, like, I do this for, you know, once again, the computer stuff is definitely, and then from there wise, life, relation with yourself, for the MSonarix, my unique ink, vibe with the squad. But I also do my YouTube channel, so I don't know if y'all do this or not. I highly recommend it. If you do a lot of TikToks, you know, you do, especially do a lot of lives, whatchamacallit, make a YouTube channel, like whatever you talk about, whatever you know, your hustle, your business, etc. You know, I highly recommend doing a YouTube channel. That just me in general, because then people can see, you know, if they miss your live, they can go scrub out your YouTube, and then from there wise, they can scope you on your YouTube channel That's the type of video, which I'll do more TikToks about, but go on my YouTube channel. If you missed my live, what I talk about is pretty much robotic, but I love what I'm talking about because I'm just trying to simplify life for you to understand why separate in this world, so you can have the idea is to have a better life, quote unquote. But it's kind of hard when you have no guidance in life and you just roll with the punches. So once again, that's the idea that I try to do. And then me personally, I tell you, oh, what's up, Nat Phillips? How you doing? I'm here. I'm working on computers. I'm doing a computer talk / life relationships. How's your morning going? How's your weekend overall? I'm asking. Hey, Too Fast. How you doing? And me personally, wise, when I go on lives, I typically, if I'm not doing the dual live, even if I do dual live sometimes or trios, I'll I usually play like breakup, depression or suicide music in the background. Get you in your feelings, because I'm not saying it's really to you, but like I'm over it. Like I went through my healing and awakening work process, so I say things easily with no feelings behind it, and not in a bad way at all. Like I need you to be on my level. I want you to. I need you to. So with that said, I love listening to, because now it's to me it's beautiful music. I mean, so a lot of people don't like hearing that, because they be like, oh, so I deserve to get like cheated on, destroyed, etc. Like, nah, no one does. Obviously not. And when you go into your feelings, obviously you will for the time being, but until you get it, then you understand it, and you won't be not really white, but as bitter, because you gotta understand why you got used and destroyed, etc. You gotta be open-minded. A lot of people in the beginning, which I was there also. I tell people my little which I'll get. I'm gonna figure I'm gonna get it somewhere on my body, because that's what I have my ink, etc. Because it's a answers to life, relationship I suffered, and it's the story for all imps and narcs in this world. A lot of people, have hate in the beginning, which you have the right to. You have bitterness, hatred towards your ex, especially with a narcissist. But here's the kicker: with a narcissist, they can't ever change. And for them, real shit will talk. Like I've talked to a couple of them before, and I just tell them, yo, you can't be changed. Like you're pretty much broken for the rest of your life. And as far as karma's traditional. I do not believe in tradition at all. So with that said, karma. So when you they say saying like someone does you dirty, well they'll get the karma for cheating on you, right? Quote unquote. Like that's cool, but then if you sit and pray to God or whatever high power you believe, and you manifest and sit on like, oh yeah, they're gonna get theirs. They did me dirty, they're gonna get theirs. Like that's negative energy. Like is sex what happened to you? Yes. Do you deserve that? No, none of us did. But with that said, you just have to. You just gotta fall back and sit and try to step back and see why it failed and why did you wrong. And on top of that, I tell people you gotta go deeper. Like think about it. When you hooked up with your partner, how was you as an individual? Will you do good in life? Were you struggling in life? Did you get a relationship? Do you deal with the death? It could be multiple things, but you have to try to be open-minded and figure out the situation. Which I understand in the beginning for sure. It's very hard. It's hard to take sometimes, but like I tell you, I'll hold your hand and guide you. All amps, when you go to the 3D world of the Matrix to understand what you're feeling, then you pick up the Matrix. Now you understand amps and narcs, how they're functioning. Or if you never heard of me in your life, TikTok is the best platform in the world. Hey Yasmin, how you doing? How was your weekend? How's your health? But TikTok is the best platform on Lunas, because check it out, a therapist is cool, a counselor is cool, psychiatrist, I'm not fond of them. I'll talk to them, but I'm not fond of them because I don't believe that pills will fill. Hey, Kyo, how you doing, Reina, Queen? Pills don't fix nobody. Remember this. Nobody can fix nobody in this world but yourself. I'm good. Oh, blessed. Thank you. 1,000. I'm working on computers. I gotta work on 2 more. This is an older computer, so I can't do what I wanted to do on here because it's older. It's a dinosaur, but I'll still make it work. So computer questions, I got you 1,000. But other than that, doing good, blessed. Decent weekend. I mean, like top people, as long as I wake up above ground every day, I'm blessed to buy the squad, like team amps, team squares. I have it all, etc. Social media, familia, all the good stuff, because the idea is to guide all the amps and family to. So in life we struggle, yes, but you have to figure out why you struggle. And they said, I'm always knocking on tradition 1,000. Always like tradition saying life's hard. Actually, life's not hard. It's pathetically easy with the cherry on top. It's hard because of our environment, who we allow in our lives, And imps and narcs. So you have to be very cautious of your surroundings. Good. I'm tired. Called out of work to get some rest. Oh, we'll pray you get better. You know, yeah, most definitely. You know, like my little saying is, you got to take care of your body so your body can take care of you. You know, and that's the idea. Like if you're exhausted, you know, get your Z's most definitely, and then you know try to remember. So we got to deal with life in general, right? And then you got to deal, if you have a toxic partner, you got to deal with a toxic partner. You got to deal with family, friends, coworkers. It's just like domino effect. It's just like you got your, like tell people, you know, your plate is full, right? And you keep adding more people, like more negativity on your plate for a reason. Like as tradition heard last time, whatever, lovers, healers, overthinkers, right? So we put ourselves in their shoes, which sometimes takes too much energy from us. And then from their wise, what do? We wear our heart in our sleeves. Like it's good to feel sorry for people, but the downfall is if you do it for everybody, you know, imps, yes. Understandable with narcissists, they're the best Oscar nominee actors in the world, and they'll devour you every which way. But you gotta be like, I know I said easily, but you gotta give them props. They're beasts at what they do. Demolishing people, demolishing imps, beasts at what they do. The downfall, they're all robotic. Don't matter if it's a covert, don't matter if it's a sociopath, psychopath. That's a high level of narcissist, but they cannot change. Every single one of them, the exact same way, and they're very narrow-minded, easy to trigger. You want to trigger a narcissist? Talk about race, religion, politics. Talk about them. Talk about the looks. You know, you can easily trigger them. You know. Oh, sorry, let me see. Yes, everything can get overwhelming, but yes, it's important to take care of ourselves in the process. 1,000. Yes, I was for sure on that note, because you know we're raised and taught that to not be selfish. Help people out, which is cool, help people out, but you got in real shit with talk. Now that I know what I know, yo, you gotta be selfish 1,000. Put yourself before anybody in this world. If you don't, you're gonna get devoured. I promise you will. And it's, you know, it took me 39 years of my life to say what I'm saying. I broke tradition every which way in the Spanish culture. When I say Spanish, trigger warning. I should put everything the same: Hispanic, Latinos, Spaniards. I broke tradition, and then I'm a male telling a female story. You know, breakup and stuff, getting cheated on. No one's perfect. I'll elaborate on both sides, imps and narcs. But I say it easily because I tell you, yo, real shit talk. Like my ex-wives, I tell you know, oxymoron. I love you for leaving me. So I'm gonna get that pretty soon on my collarbone, because that's my oxymoron. And I tell people, when you can let your ex go 1,000, with no feelings behind it, you know, forgive, not forget, etc. I promise you that you can tell them face to face with no feelings. You understand why you failed. No matter if they're narcissist or a hurt empath. Remember, the world, real shit will talk. The world is broken. 1,000. Babies, we're all empaths. When we're born as babies, we're all empaths. Empathists, right? As kids, we chose to be an narc, not knowing. Real shit will talk. Think about it. If you look around you, like even your siblings, like if you have a lot of siblings, some are cool, some are little, some of them Dennis and menaces, some are like out there just body hopping like crazy and devouring the world, not giving a shit. And that's your brother or sister, quote unquote, right? But breaking down further, what are they as an individual in this world? What are you as an individual in this world? And then from there, what is everybody around you, you know? I had an encounter with my mate, who may be a narc. He answered a call while I was talking to him. He got upset. He walked off. Well, see, when you're dealing with your exes, right, and they're trying to talk to you, quote unquote, and you do get a phone call, typically for the most part that will trigger them, because it's in their head it's my time. Like if I'm talking, especially once again your exes, and you know in their head, like, you know, if they're talking to you, that's their time. If anyone calls you, texts you, whatever, like, yo, you know, I'm not important to you, gaslighting, all that good shit, which, you know, you can say that right to say to a certain extent, but there's a reason why you're exes. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, hermano? How you doing? How you doing, King? How was your weekend? You know? So, but with that said, you know, that's why you don't let that get to you. Like, you take your calls and that's it. You know, if he or she does not like that, then that's on them. If they respect you, they'll sit there and, you know, they'll wait. But now if you're having a full-on conversation, and then you as an individual, you're being rude to your ex or whoever you talk to, because now you're having a full conversation on the phone. That, or they could be, you know, whoever on the phone, give me a second, hey, and tell your partner or ex, whatever, hey, it's gonna be a minute. You know, is it cool? You can wait. If not, you know, there's an important call. Then now you're doing what? Communication comprehension. The idea is to be on the same page, quote unquote, right? That's the idea so far, you know. He's made, not ex. Okay, you know, same thing. Once exes, you know, friends, etc., co-workers, etc. It doesn't whatever term you want to use, you know, your partner, etc. Same scenario. Like if they respect you and have, you know, a lot of respect for you, they will wait their patiently wise. They won't get mad at you, because if they're getting mad at you because either, but there's so many scenarios. Let's say they're talking to you about their feelings or a breakup or a partner or a bad weekend, And now because they want to basically vent. Now you're basically being the therapist and counselor. And now you're giving them guidance. So that's the idea, is to like be respectful when you're talking to somebody if they're telling you about a problem in their life. If that phone call is not important, avoid it. You can text them, hey, I'm talking to somebody. It's cool. You can, if it's really important, I'll call you back. But if it's not, just text me right here, please. And just, we can all work around the situation, most definitely. Hey brother, how's life? Oh, life's beautiful. Life's blessing. Every day I wake up above ground, I'm blessed in life. Another day to do good. Like once again, like I might sound crazy, right? But I tell people as individuals, don't care what people think about you 1,000. Just worry about yourself. In this world, all you need is you, and that's it, right? First and foremost. Not really now. When I say this, anybody watching my TikToks, YouTube, etc., like I'm gonna be rude to you, but just think about it. Be open-minded. Like, you come first. Anybody in this world. So when I wake up every day, right, I wake up above ground. In my head, whatever religion you believe, higher power, like me, God and I were like, yo, what's up, brother? How's it going? Another day to save the amps, save the teams, save the world, all the amp squad. And then, do my day, do what I gotta do for the day, most definitely. And then, do my TikToks, do my stitches, because it's all about the TikTok life. And then, I love TikTok because I can talk to the world. Look, I'm vibing with, all the amps, helping and guiding, etc. And then to forewarn about narcissists 1,000, yes. And then but here's the kicker, the curveball, forewarn you about us. Everybody in the world has narcissist traits not knowing. That's what categories I created. Traditional her lost amps will have narcissist traits. I can gaslight you, I can love bomb you, I can do that fake Romeo and Juliet love story, I can do the J-Dog's entanglement, aka cheating, I can be verbally abusive and physically abusive to you, but I'm not a narcissist. I have narc traits. Everybody has narc traits. We, as them, we can change when we're ready to. Real shit, we'll talk. When you're ready to fall back in life, like after you gone through, if you did the whole phase, if you got cheated on, to fall back and learn, like study, like, okay, like me, my situation, right? My first baby, my narcissist, 12 years, narcissist 1,000. So that's why I have circle narcissist, like broken heart. My ex, now recently wise, I believe she was a narcissist. She has the narc traits for sure, but so did I. So with that said, like, we co-parenting really good and we get along really good. I told her I'm not being rude to you and it's not a competition at all, far from that. But the only reason why you and I getting along for our kiddos and ourselves in general have a good relationship is because of like what you did, the whole, J-Dog entanglement, cheating. That's why I have my ink, get the story, etc. Like, I had to die, like, and that's why I asked someone, I love you for leaving me. And in the beginning she understand, but now she understands more because we talk, right? And I go, I had to die, like, you're, chill out, yeah, beautiful soul, most definitely, all amps do. But we failed because I was hurt, you was hurt. That's why. Hurt people, and now I understand. So that's a beautiful thing, like when you can talk to your exes, no matter kids or no kids, but you can actually sit down and talk to each other, how it failed, tear it apart, elaborate. Then you be like, okay, cool, yeah, that does make sense, And you just do it without being, in the beginning, potentially, start smoothly, but then the bickering will happen, potentially, because you bring up the past. The ideas in the past is do not dwell on it. Sit on it, take your notes, elaborate, break it down every which way, every scenario, every aspect. When you did wrong, she did wrong, whatever you're into, gay, straight, etc. You break it down and understand why you did wrong. Then you're doing good. You're healing, you're progressing. And the idea is to learn from the situation. And when you're ready to get in a relationship, the idea is to not do the same mistakes. If you keep doing the same mistakes, quote unquote, then if especially the same mistakes, then that's why I'm ink. SOS, stuck and stupid. 1 plus 1 equals 3, wrong answer. Analogies, right? Because it's easier to lie, have excuses in life, and point the finger at everybody in the mother but yourself, or tell the truth and be what? Accountable for your action. You feel better as an amp when you tell the truth. Even if you did wrong, you cheated, you mistreated, you hit, whatever the scenario is, at least you're honest. The idea is now to learn from it and don't do it again. If you keep doing it, it's called, fuck you, excuses, excuse my French, but it's called a habit. With that individual, for example, logically speaking wise, if you cheat on your partner or vice versa, they cheat on you, you're always going to cheat on each other, or you both cheated, right? With each other, it don't matter 1 year, 20 years, you're always going to cheat on each other. Because why? The trust is broken, it's done, it's dead. When trust is gone, it's over. I don't care if you go to counseling, therapy, all that good shit. No, it's over. If you don't believe me, I did it. Try that. Have fun with the situation. You didn't be there throwing each other's pass in the face, and then making remarks like whoever you laid down with, you went out your race, whatever the scenario is. Throw jabs at each other all the time, and now you bicker, now you arguing. Oh, but I love you. It's not love. It's toxic love. So, and with that said, relationships. This is what I believe in now, right? All relations, amps and narcs, narcs with narcs, amps and amps, etc. Right? It starts with lust, then it falls to love. Love for emphasis, yes. Circle narcissists, no. They like only, they don't love. But us, we love to the fullest. And then it goes to toxic love. Toxic love, we start bickering, going at it, throwing jabs at each other, the roller coaster ride of emotions. And at the end, when it's falling off, and you know it's falling off in both parties, you don't love each other no more. You have love for each other, a major difference. You have to learn that. And that's when it goes to the last stage of, you know, you have love for each other, you don't love each other. Or you have, you know, you love them, you have love for them, but you don't love them. And then basically becomes stalemate. You're like, yo, who's gonna fold? Am I gonna cheat? They're gonna cheat? Are they gonna get a believe? I'm gonna get a believe? How long? Or we're gonna still do stalemate and stay here because we have kids, tradition. Because we've been together for 5 years, 10 years, because tradition. What's the family gonna say? Tradition. You know, all these little bullshit aspects of tradition. Like, no, if it's over, it's over. You know, do it correctly, not incorrectly. You know, squash it, have a talk, and be, hey, you know, it's better to die today than tomorrow. Real shit with talk. Every day you with the individuals and hurt you more and more. Get kids involved. Here we go. The cherry on top, you know. Just have to put out the love for M's and give same energy to narcs as they give. Truth from M's relieve their heart when a narc tells the truth. They feel pain. Oh, most definitely. For sure. On that note, hermano, you know, I tell you, it's that's what, like, in the beginning, yes, as M's, we have the right to have bitterness towards our exes, no matter if it's a narcissist or empath, etc. But the idea is not to have, you know, hatefulness, which some of us do in the beginning. You have the right to, because if you have no guidance in life, M's and narcs, what are they? I tell people, real show talk. You know, break it down to the nitty gritty. Mom, dad, whoever is you, what's an empath, what's a narcissist? M's, narcs, and they tell you, what's that? Well, I don't know what that means. Our flaw. Schools, M's, narcs. Empath and narcissist, what's that? Our flaw. So we're basically stuck in our generational cycle, raised to fail, real shit real talk, and then we have to deal with life. Then what? So but we're raised to go to school, go to college. If you have, you know, meet a partner, whatever, have kids, white picket fence, all that traditional bullshit, which is cool and all, but that's not life. That is accessories. That's like the fake life, basically. Yes, make money. Yes, make power. You do all that good shit. That's accessories. $1 doesn't make you the individual. How many people in this world have zillions of dollars and they're still miserable in life? And that's why I like to stab people, any amp or narc, in the heart. Like, who's the problem in this world? Is it the person in the mirror, or is it the person looking at the mirror? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Fuck your money, fuck your fame, fuck your status. I don't care about what you got. Throw that in my face. I'm poor, I'll be poor. You know, I'm broken, I'll be broken, but what about you? Elaborate about you, you know? So, is it a sign of a narc when they either read messages and don't reply, or just messages they're not open? Oh, MC narcs do that. Narcissists do that just to message you all day, every day. And it's that, once again, it's all scenarios. Let's say scenarios like you're together, right, as a relationship, and you're bumping heads. They narcissists do that to message you, most definitely. But once again, M's, we have the same thing. We have narc traits, but it's all individual. I mean, my scenario, like my ex-wife, all my exes, which I didn't have that many. But with that said, like when we were bumping heads, like me, I've always been strong, right? I don't words are, you know, irrelevant to me. Call me stupid, faggot. I don't die with petty words. They're just words to me. I can kill anybody with words, because if I know so a narcissist can see when you're weak and soft with words, and they'll destroy you purposely. 1,000. That's their job. Give them props. But with that said, at traditional, I said, where I'm narc traits, I could do the same thing, and I did that with my ex-wives and my other exes. Like, you know, if I knew about the past, throw in their face. And they get through my past in my face, I wouldn't care. Like, oh yeah, that is my past. I did do that, and what? It's over. Now with you sit in the past, so I'm gonna stab you in the heart with your past. And then what happens to you? You die, I don't. And will I feel sorry for you? No, I won't. I'll be like, yo, I match your energy. You play stupid, I play stupid. But with the scenario with myself in this world, I don't die with petty words. I don't die with my past. A lot of amps will die with the past. No matter if it's with you guys together, your childhood, whatever it is, pre-relationships, you did drugs, you did alcohol, you'll die every single time, because you haven't, as an individual, you have not forgiven yourself for that. You have not learned to let go of that. And that's why now in your head, your mansion, all the doors are pinned wide open. That's why your everything's triggered. That's why people can hurt you with words. And they're called triggers. So you have to understand what that trigger is. Only if they think it can cause you pain. Oh yeah, 1,000 hermano on that note. Does it class him as a narc when he either reads? Oh, what do you mean? Sorry, narcs do things like not responding only to cause you distress. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Hermano on that one, for sure. Narcissists do that 1,000, but remember, SMs, we have narcissist traits, we do the same. If you're, for the most part, traditional law stamps, the category they created, they will be softer, traditionally speaking wise. So they'll typically respond. They'll be mad at you, but they still respond. Like my first relation, my first relation with 12 years with a narcissist, even though I was mad at her, and she would text whatever, I would respond. Even if she didn't respond, and what am I doing? Hey, why aren't you responding? You know. But after that, after I got distracted from that relationship, because which I'm gonna do more TikToks about that. You know, she was that's why I have that tattoo right here. Actually, it says, she taught me this. She's like, the way you meet somebody is the way you lose somebody. So she taught me that, and that's why like when she chose me was in the beginning, I was like almost had my V card, AK Virgin. So I was almost 21 years old in my life. You know, I was waiting for the right one, quote unquote, traditional Catholic, you know, religion, BS, etc. And then do the tradition of like, you know, whoever you hook up with, you lay down with, you have a kid with, all that good stuff. That's gonna be the wife, etc. Wife picket fence, all that good shit, tradition. And not rude to what I said, but fuck tradition. No. I learned the hard way. So with that said, she chose me, the reason being because she was not a virgin, and on top of that, she was talking to other, you know, for other people. And they weren't virgins. When I told her I was a virgin, yo, green light for her, because a narcissist cannot manipulate a person that's, you know, they can try to, yes, but it's easier to manipulate an empath that is a virgin, because you're, quote unquote, you're pure. You don't know anything about TLC at all. So big old green light. That's why she chose me. You know, I was barely making it, you know, coming to the world, etc., making it. And these other cats she was talking to, they had money, you know, they're drug dealers, pushing weight, etc. You know, good job, etc. But she's like, obviously the narcissist, when you play in chess, you go for what? The pawns, and I was a pawn. So that's why when she taught me that, that's why I've always kept that in my head, because, you know, she told me that. I hope you understand this. And at the time being, I didn't understand that metaphor, that analogy, and I learned the hard way for 12 years. So me, I can laugh about it, because once you learn to let go of your extra 1,000, mind, body, heart, and soul, love, and all that great jazz, you can laugh about it, because you're like, yo, give them the props. The beast said what to do. They destroyed you, but try to understand why they destroyed you and why did you allow it. So, and that's where we beat ourselves up, because, you know, I'm stupid. Y'all don't feel bad. We're all stupid in the beginning. But if you have, once again, back to square one, if you have no guidance about AMs and narcs, how the world functions in real life, not the get a job, all the good shit, go to school. That's cool and all, but that does not guarantee you anything in life. It gives you potentially a job, yes, a career, yes, money, yes. But here's the kicker: you can go to school, go to college, get an awesome job, right? But the kicker is, 2 seconds, guys. Come on. How did you get out, puppy? Or your home? Sorry, kids. My freaking one of my dogs got out, but sorry. Anyways, damn, I lost my train of thought. Oh, my little toy. That's my little man. Sorry, I didn't hear your response, but you were talking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to slow down my talking. I'm trying to, like me, I speak fast in general. Like, so basically the breakdown real fast. Mexican, Hispanics, for the most part, we speak a lot slower. Whereas East Coast, you know, Latinos, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, they speak really fast. So I used to speak a lot slower, yes, but my first baby mom's 12 years, Latina. And then talking to a lot of Latinos, I had to adapt to them. Like, I've always adapted to my situations. So they told me, hey, you know, we speak fast naturally. Like, it's hard for me to slow down for you. Like, I understood them, but I said I spoke slower Spanish, slower English. That was the language barrier, you know. So I speak fast because of them. But yeah, that's my little man, Soile. Potty trainer. Oh, thanks, brother. Heck yeah. Was asking about being narc scene, not responding. Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, narcissists with share 1,000, they'll do that. They'll do that to message you. If you're in a relationship with them, yeah, they message you all day. Because why? To get to your head, to get you in your feelings, and to starve you. Because remember, in life, with empath or narcissist, remember, Everyone's broken in this world. A narcissist can never change, highly impossible. A traditional last stand, we can change when we're ready to. When we're ready to fall back, go through the healing process, awakening process, and healing, awakening, woke process. Then that's on us. So with that said, I could do the same thing, but the reason being it hurts a lot, or we get bothered and triggered because why? We become codependent of our partners instead of being dependent of ourselves. That is our flaws as traditional lost empath. We become codependent of the world, of our partners, be it empath or narcissist. So when your partner's not coming through, your partner's not responding to you, it triggers you. You get mad, you get arguments, etc. And if they want to be a dick to you, which they can be, emp or narcan, a narcissist, 1,000. That's their job, to trigger you. Remember, every narcissist in this world, you have your coverts, you have the higher narcissists, which are sociopaths, psychopaths. Their job is to destroy you. Their job is to trigger you. They are beasts at what they do. They're phenomenal at what they do. The downfall, they are all robotic. None of them can be fixed. That's why I've talked to a couple on here, and they tell me, oh yeah, the way you're talking, we're having this conversation, you're a narcissist. But I'm gonna help you remember. So the way an empath, traditional last stand, we overthink also. So we're lover, healers, and overthinkers, right? So with that said, narcissists overthink also because they're trying to figure themselves. If they do not know what a narcissist is, and they're body hopping, destroying, jumping, having kids left to right, etc., they're trying to figure themselves out. Like, why do I do good for a second? I'm trying to do good, and I feel good because of my partner, but then I cheat on them. I beat them up, I destroy. I'm always, doing drugs. I'm just doing wrong. But why? There has to be, the same shit we say. They say the same shit. I promise you that. I've talked to them and they say, yeah, you're right. I'm trying to figure that out. And then I go and I tell them, why you can't, why your overthink is triggered. Like, help me out. I'll take any advice. I'm gonna therapy. I'm gonna counseling. I go, I'm not being rude to you, but if you're a narcissist 1,000, I don't care what category of narcissist you are, you can't ever be fixed. I'm gonna stab you in the heart to get your attention, and the idea is to help you with your overthinking. But the cherry on top, nobody can fix you. You can have all the money and the power. You can have all the lust in the world, because all you do is lust. You can't love. That's why you need us M's to validate yourself. We make you feel good, right? And then when you're bored with us, what do? You take all the positive traits, you devour us, and then you discard us. And we die. Hard. And do you care? No. Potentially you might have a millisecond of a thought. But you're like, fuck it, whatever, I'll move on. And that's what you do. You're doing body hopping. You already premeditated another relationship. Another supply to be. But you're still beating yourself up because you're trying to figure out why. Why am I doing this? So that's why I tell them, this is the answer to your life as a narcissist. No therapist, no psychiatrist, no counselor, no drugs, no alcohol, no sex, no pills. Can't ever fix you. And the cherry on top, not even God can't fix you. You know why? They'll be like, damn, like that? God can't fix me? Nope. You know why? Because you're the devil's disciple. Simple as that. The devil cannot step in God's house, quote unquote, right? Because he'll catch on fire, quote unquote. But you, the devil's disciple, the narcissist, you can. You can be a priest, you can be an evangelist, you can be a nun, you can be a pope, a cop, chief, teacher, and violate kids. You can rape people, destroy people, kill people, everything, because that is your nature, that is you. And here's a cherry on top of that. As imps and narcs, we chose to be them, not knowing as kids. I would say I say my age, I was like 7, 8 years old. I didn't want to be them cops. But my mom's calm and chill. I didn't want to be them my kids, etc. Like I'm better now, but I was verbally abusive. Words, you can kill people with words all day, every day. Words destroy more than a physical hit. Like, you can, like, now I know, like, my ex would tell me, like, analogy, she'd be like, I'd rather have you break my ribs, give me a black eye, fat lip. I can recover from that. But you, with your words, your mouthpiece is vicious. Those words sit with me every day. And my head is replaying every single time, because, quote unquote, you say you love me, but you call me faggot and stupid. And I go, yeah, I said what I said, because why? I told you, leave me alone, stop bothering me about the situation. And what I do, I tell anyone I talk to, my mouthpiece is vicious. If you bother me, I'll give you 30 warnings. I don't want to talk about it. Or if it's a broken record, like, we'll talk about it, but I won't die and my answer won't change. You're going to get your feelings, you're going to cry, not I. I don't care. It's over. It's done with. I live and learn. I dare not to do the same thing with you. If I keep doing the same thing with you, it's a mistake, quote unquote, right? But it's not. It's called a habit. Excuses. So I'd rather point fingers at you and say you did it when I did it. No, and that's what I'm saying. You got to be cautious and look, as a narcissist, that everyone drives toward narcissists really freely, especially on TikTok. It's cool to learn about 1,000, but you have to know 1,000. That's why I say 1,000, that your partner is a narcissist. If you think, I think they are, think is not knowing. You got to know 1,000. If you're like, 400, 500, like, just talk to them. You know, I talked to many couples on here on TikTok, pardon me, IG, Facebook, and Twitter. I talked to a lot of couples that are their exes, right? And they be like, hey, you know, and they talk now. Now that they're vibing what I'm saying, they be like, I've been talking to my ex-wives, and my ex like we had a little small talk. We're doing better because like you said, communication, comprehension. Like yeah, you gotta do on both sides, not just one side. Like they want to talk to you. Like oh yeah. One of the ones I love, this talk is easy. I love this. I can do this all day, every day, you know? And like one of the recent couples, she believed her ex was a narcissist. I go, yeah, I know 1,000, remember that, not 100, 500, I think. He has his days now, we all have narcissist traits. I could do the same, I just saw you, I could do whatever. I tell you, I'm talking to vibe with you, right? If I wanted to, I have a girlfriend, but if I wanted to, I can pass boundaries with you. You're in your feelings, you're down, you're emotionally down, you're telling me about your life, your ex, etc. I can love bomb you if I wanted to, right? Narcissist traits. But am I gonna do that? No, because that's my choice. Self-will, etc. So as I said, you know, with that said, once again, is he a narcissist? Not a narcissist. We all do the same thing, I know him. But a narcissist can't ever change. We can when we're ready to. He told me he missed me. Then bang, he just left again, but heard from him in 2 months. He removed me on CoinMaster because I kept attacking his village. He got removed me. Well, on that note, he's messing with you most definitely. And as far as video games, it's just first and foremost, remember kids, video games are just video games and that's it, nothing more, nothing less. If you let a game get to you and you're enraged, I call you sore losers, you should not be playing the game. It's a trigger. So that's the thing. Like as individuals, like me, I play games, and I'm especially online, etc. I play, for example, PS4 Apex, and yes, I will cuss. Yes, I'm gonna lose. Yes, I don't get bitter. I just like, oh fuck, we lost. You know, shit sucks. You know, but I don't rage. I don't talk shit to people. Like nah, if you know, I'll match your energy. You talking shit, I'll talk shit most definitely. But then, you know, if they're getting the feelings, I'm once again, like, I've changed my whole mentality wise. So if they're talking shit to me, and I'll be like, and I'm matching energy, and I go, look at why you getting bothered. I match your energy. You talking shit, I'm talking shit, right? And I'm not in my feelings, but you're in your feelings. Why? You try to trigger me with petty words, and I don't let words get to me. Mind, body, heart, soul, and self-love. 1,000. You do. So these words, I don't know you first and foremost. Second of all, we're playing a game. It's just a video game, but you let this video game touch your heart. So with that said, as an individual in this world, either, you know, you're a square, circle, amp, or narc. If you're amp, you're hurt, and you're letting the game ruin your day. You're letting this match ruin your day. So if I want to be a dick, let my narc traits come out, I can keep beating you up with words, which is easy to do, and I ruin your day. And I promise that y'all is gonna remember me. You're gonna remember my gamer tag. You remember this voice. If I want to talk shit to you, but I choose not to. I'm just matching your energy. But at the same time, I'm out and ask you questions, have you elaborate, and so you understand what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. It's not because of you. I'm just trying to help you realize, don't be bitter in life. It's just a video game. If this game gets to you, how you do in life, everything gets to you. So you're basically triggered everywhere, and you're gonna be a little fireball eraser. So yeah. Thinking of the game, get to him. He kept attacking me, so I did it back. He got mad, removed me. No, yeah, because you're matching energies, you know, and it's just a game. So with that said, so if you meet people online, right, gaming it up, etc., here on social media, TikTok, IG, and you have a conversation, you play a game, whatever it is, and they easily get triggered, and you're not together. For example, scenario, you're not together, you're just talking and vibing, and they get jealous, they get triggered. Imagine that, and you just call them out. Look at that. We're talking about this, or we're playing a game, and you got triggered. So, you know, I can tell you like me, right? But I'm not even with you, and we're already, you know, bickering, etc. So I can't imagine being by your side. You could be potentially jealous, controlling, physically abusive, you know, verbally abusive. So why should I even try with you? You know, me, I'm a blunt person, real shit will talk, like, which I'll do a bunch of stitches pretty soon. So like, traditionally speaking wise, like, females don't really ask guys out, or they don't start the conversation, right? Typically the male does. I tell people, yo, I always say 2020 because I died in 2020. The world died in 2020, right? There's the whole COVID zombie apocalypse. So with that said, I tell people, all my female friends, like, yo, don't be, if you like somebody, just say what's up with them. Hey, how you doing? And you start with the small talk. Feel how they are. How you doing? I mean, I talk to everybody in this world. How you doing? And especially you see my life. How you doing? How's life? How was your weekend? How's the family? How's your health? Small talk. And from there, you can elaborate to a conversation. I do at the farm market all day, every day. You know? He is right. When you see the red flags, call them out. 1,000, you have to. If you want to avoid them, which a lot of us do, because tradition, give them a chance. How many chances, how many red flags, let slide until you fall on your face and you're in a relationship? Now you're in it. The idea is to be in it to win it, quote unquote, right? But if there's so many red flags, then what? You have a choice either to stay there, supposedly work it out, or squash it. The correct way to do it is to squash it. And no cheating, no bashing each other, etc. Hey, Carrie Bear, how you doing? How's it going, miss? How was your weekend? How's the family? But that's the idea, quote unquote, to be on the same page. Like me, what I do, honestly, I don't do it no more because I have my girlfriend now, right? Very blessed every which way. That TikTok love story, right? And the cool thing about TikTok is like this: out of all the platform, it's going to KO. Well, I pray it gets better, miss. It's already the weekend. It's just it's a fresh day. I tell people, we have our days, most definitely, but just try to do positive best as make it. And in this world, you gotta make yourself happy 1,000 before anybody else can. But what I like, me honestly, like the cool thing about TikTok, right? Like when you go live, you put yourself to the world for the most part. Like me before TikTok, like me, if you want, my story is pretty much accurate. You can go to my TikTok bio. Click the IG, aka Instagram icon, see my YouTube channel. You can see my Facebook Live. So I originally was doing Facebook Lives last year when I was done with my ex-wife, going through a bad breakup, right? And then my nephew told me about TikTok. I thought TikTok, as I'm older, I'm like, oh, well, TikTok is for kids dancing. They're like, nah, it's more than that. Yeah, they showed me, okay, it's just funny stuff. So what I did on September 1st last year, I jumped on and I was like, I just typed search bar, narcissist, boom, the world's dying. Like, cool, my world. Like, yo, I know for a fact I can talk to people and vibe with about amps and narcs, relationships, why we've suffered. I know it could do a difference for a fact, And that's why, me, as I've been saying, like, I won't ever be, nobody's trying to say this, but if you're broken, you're broken. You need to work on yourself 1,000. You're not ready for a relationship. You can choose to get a one, most definitely, but my belief, you have to learn about amps and narcs. This war is happening in Adam and Eve times. If you don't, fall on your face, again, how many times do you want to fall on your face and keep getting destroyed by an individual? No matter if it's a narcissist, they're a beast, give them their props, but they're robotic. So with that said, us amps, the traditional Los Amps, we have narcissist traits, we do the same thing. And that's why in the amp world, hurt people hurt people. How many times do you want to destroy people and vice versa as quote-unquote amps or quote-unquote good people, If you let it go, they will assume it's okay. Oh yeah. 1,000 on that note. That's why you gotta. The narcissists, you can't only do so much with them. Only if they want to sit and elaborate with you. Like once again, I've spoken to on TikTok 2-3 of them. Like for example, there's that cat Ben. My belief with Ben, I even did a stitch to him, etc. And I tell him if you ever want to elaborate more and do a live, let's chop it up, and elaborate more. Because my belief, I've been watching your TikToks, like. Even if you're covert, like I don't believe in your covert. Honestly, why I go, you're just there. What I take you as your hurt impact with high narcissist traits. Because for the most part, narcissists don't cry. They cry for the show, and their heads are always in the movie. They're the best Oscar-nominated actors in the world, so they would shed tears, all that stuff to throw on the show for the world. Especially going through breakup, especially going through tension, the smear campaign, all that good shit, because they're trying to impress everybody in the mother. And make you look bad, you're the devil, they're the angel. That's their job. They're good at to do their own downfall. Once again, when you expose them, you discard a narcissist 1,000, and they know they can't manipulate you anymore and sell your dream, aka be trauma bonded. Then they hate that. Because why? Because they know you know them 1,000, in and out. And if you expose them, because remember, the narcissist, all they have is what? Their reputation. Without their reputation, they ain't shit. Simple as that. Their kryptonite is, like I tell people, our narcissist kryptonite is when we discard them 1,000, we expose them, we're on social media, and then just, let the world know, hey, here's my ex, if you want to put him on blast, go for it. This is how he or she functions, and this is, my beliefs are narcissist 1,000. Then what you forewarned every amp on there that knows, if they know what they are, if not, at least you forewarned the rest of the world, like, be cautious with him or her. This happened to me, this is what they did. If you date them, that's cool, your choice, but just watch out for the red flags. See how they function. And from there, they get pissed off, because why? All they have is a reputation. Without that, they're garbage, and their looks, cosmetics. But with that said, remember, a lot of people on TikTok would say they go after people that have high status, you're doing good, like, yeah, but once again, a dollar doesn't matter. If a dollar is involved, yes, because they're going to use you for your money, use you for your status, yes. But even then, they'll still go for you when you're down. If you're going through a breakup, if you're dealing with a death, something tragic around you, they pick you up when you're down, but to sell you a dream, because they know they're gonna mop you up because you're emotionally down. As long as they pick you up, you're gonna feel good, like, oh, at least someone cares about me. And if they're gonna fall on your face. Is it fun? No, it's not. Is it very unfair? Oh, hell yeah, it is 1,000. But remember, back to square one. If your parents and school did not teach you about EMS and NARCs, are flawed. No matter what age you are, like, it took me 39 years of my life when I'm saying the Hispanic, Latino, I say Hispanic, so Hispanic, Latino, Spanish culture, EMS and NARCs, we're not taught that at all. Like, that's why I have my analogy. Square is emphasis, we have, love, full heart. Circle, narcissist, light, broken heart. Analogy I was taught in 2000 by my buddies, and I didn't take it into consideration. Two small, big words is why the whole world suffered to this day. Because we're not taught, we're taught tradition, not the real shit, what's happening in the Matrix, When you mark a narc, you save a life. Oh, hermano, 1,000. Very well said. Very well said. That's why I tell you, I make on my TikTok, I'm everyone's trigger warning, EMS and NARCs. Narcissist, if you want to elaborate and vibe it up, we shall, etc. But I'll let you know you can't be fixed and why you can't be fixed and why you are your own karma. Because karma itself, I don't believe in karma at all. Karma is tradition, first and foremost. Second of all, true karma is for a narcissist 1,000. They won't ever learn to love themselves 1,000. That is their karma to the last dying breath. That's why they body hop. That's why they devour us. And that's why they're miserable. And I told one female that, she's like, that's what it is? It's exactly what it is. Why do you think you lust, you don't love? You're emotionally TF. You only give good TOC because of lust, because you don't know how to love. And when you feel your M slipping away, you smash them again in the beginning to keep them around until you find another person to play, another M to play, and which you shall. You keep doing that, but to your last dying breath, no matter $1 or no dollar in your pocket, fame or no fame, you keep doing the same exact thing. The generational cycle on your side, the downfall, you can't ever be changed. And they be like, to my last dying breath, because I speak different terminology, analogy, like, yeah, to stab you in the heart, to your last dying breath. That's like, for example, with M side, when you're in a relationship, why I call my nephews out, all my people, local people on all platforms, like, I tell them, if you want to know if your partner, you are blessed, 1,000, can you tell your partner, and, we're going to be together to our last dying breath, which I'm basically calling you out 1,000, Why? Anyone can say, I'm going to love you forever. We'll be together forever. Tradition. Fuck tradition. I do not believe tradition at all. That if tradition was happening and working, quote unquote, why did the world die in 2020? COVID happened, right? Not just America. The whole world died, right? How come COVID's happening, quote unquote, right? And people are still cheating. They have the biggest balls in the world to cheat and bring that home. I mean, my situation, my ex and stuff, she was doing her ish, right? I tell her, I have nothing against you. I love you for leaving me, etc. I'm telling her stories, but no one deserves this. You and I, etc. What all went down was, incorrect, and it's cool. But now I'm telling a story, and that's it. I have nothing towards you, And all I'm trying to do is guide the rest of the world. Amps why I said, if they're in a situation, to get out of it as soon as possible. It's gonna hurt, yes, but it's better to die today than tomorrow. Every day you with the amp that's broken or an arc that's broken, it's gonna hurt more and more. And the longer you're with the individual, I promise you, it's gonna hurt the most. But with the support team, you can bounce back a lot faster. I promise you that. That's why I have, my ex's name. I let her go in 88 days. Because why? My 10 M's, my light workers. That's why it all is a story, etc. So it's not a competition. Far from that, But with the support team, you can let go and heal a lot faster. 1,000, I promise you that. That's why I always promote it which way. Like, yo, don't ever feel alone. I got you. I say this easily because I already figured it out. And with that said, like, you want to be, I need you to be on my level, right? A lot of people go through healing process, awakened process, and the last stage is woke. Neo in the Matrix, you call everybody out, amps and narcs. You're basically the referee of the world. Real shit, we'll talk. Like the stuff that I say, my TikToks, the people I elaborate with, it's highly impossible. Like highly, highly impossible. In the whole world, all the tongues, all the nationalities, I'm the only one saying that I'm saying. Real shit, we'll talk. Like there has to be other Neos. There has to be other people, individuals that are woke. Like 1,000. And that's why, since I'm a referee, I tell you, it's not a competition. I need you to be woke. I don't want you to. I need you to. A lot of people out here, they'll be like, the cheating is a competition, and they're throwing in your face like, well, you're still in your healing process, and it's gonna take a while. And they just leave you. They don't guide you or hold your hand. They're just like, cool, whatever. I already went over that. I move on my day. Like, nah, I'm not. That's crucial. That's harsh. Nah, I'll elaborate to you. And And that's what I do my TikToks all day, every day, you know? You're on point. But, thanks, hermano. 1,000. Your support team is what will help. Oh, yeah, no, definitely, because with the support team, like me, I got this with my 10 amps, right? So for 88 days, I can call them, I can DM them, video chat, text them when I'm going through my emotions. And in the beginning of a breakup, you will repeat yourself 1,000 times, the exact same story, word for word. And they told me in the beginning, you will do that. As you heal, you will start skipping the words, you will start skipping sentences, you will talk a lot less about them. And that's when you know you're healing. And the idea is to hold your hand and guide you. Like they told me, I can heal you, I can guide you, I can support you, I can uplift you, forewarn you, I can show love to you, but I cannot fix you. And it's a real shit talk. Nobody can fix nobody in this world at all. Hey Miguel, how you doing? How's it going? Nobody can at all. And with the cherry on top, we don't get religious about it. Not even God can fix you. And we're raised in religion that God can fix anything. Like no, He gave us free will. We fix ourselves. We fix our world. And God's like I think they have the cartoons, the little angel, little devil. That's God and devil. When you're doing good, having a good day, that's God vibing with you. When you're doing a bad day, going through emotions, you know, anything negative, you're doing wrong, you're cheating, mistreating, verbally abusive, all what? Narc traits, all negativity, which is basically the devil talking in your ear. And for the most part, the devil will be in your ear because it's a way to deceive you so you do wrong. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, brother? Oh, how you doing? How you doing? How's your weekend? How's life? How's health? But that's why you got to be cautious and, you know, study yourself. First and foremost in this world, you have to be self in this world. You can be from anybody in this world. You have to love yourself 1,000. Mind, body, heart, soul, self-love 1,000 before you love anybody in this world. You can have love for your partner, your kid, or you have kiddos, your kids, nieces, nephews, parents. You can have love for them for sure, 400, 500, but not 1,000. If you don't love yourself 1,000, you can't have love for nobody else in the world 1,000. Not even God. You can't have, you know, that's you're in there, and that's where it becomes tricky because now you're like, now I switch it differently. Why I speak differently? So now I'm questioning you guys, and that's not a bad thing. You're just trying to, you know, elaborate your head. Like, is that why I'm struggling? Like, yeah, because you don't love yourself. That's why I always drop that analogy. Like, who's the problem? Is it the person in the mirror or the person looking at the mirror? Ask yourself that. A mirror is just a mirror. It's doing its job. It just mirrors its reflection. So you can't blame the mirror. It's you as an individual. So you have to figure out why you're struggling, why you're overthinking, why you have PTSD, anxiety, depression, all that good shit. I'll help you. I'll hold your hand and guide you to make it really simple, so you can understand how you function in this world as an empath and why you're triggered as far as your overthinking every day. Because remember, when you go through breakups, real shit will talk. As kids, you deal with trauma, child trauma, right? Whatever situation you got. I'm sorry if you got touched, raped, beat up. Say you're gonna make it in life. So you have that's trauma, right? And child trauma. Where it becomes way worse is when you get in relationships. That's how I tell, which I'll do more TikToks about, but I tell all my people locally and all the young cats I talk to in Seattle, etc. If you're 21 and under, 1,000. If you do not know anything about amps and narcs, this war's been happening since Adam and Eve times. You're not ready for a relationship. Ask all the young cats, what's love? Everybody has their own definition. And ask an adult, everybody has their own definition. So with that said, yes, nobody's perfect, but I promise you you can have a better life if you understand how amps and narcs function. Because the thing about it, I tell my people that they haven't even graduated, right, from high school. I go, you're a middle school, high school, do tradition-wise because you're going through your feelings and your relationships. You're way too young for a relationship. You don't know shit on shit at all. Yes, kiss, all good, you have feelings. That's cool. Feelings, that's it. It's love, that's called puppy love. You don't even know what love is. You need to stick to the books and make it through life. At least graduate, man. Do that at least in life. Allow you to not graduate. If you do graduate, you don't do shit in life. You just sit there and be in a relationship, and it's toxic as hell. Especially after your very first breakup. And if you lose your virginity on top of that during the breakup, you're gonna die hard, like fucking pathetically hard. And you haven't even graduated high school. You're having so many problems in life. Now you're doing PTSD, anxiety, you know, cutting yourself. Potentially want to take yourself out because why? Because you're trying to get rid of the pain. It's not love for them. You have love for them. You don't love them. Because if you love them, why aren't they by your side? You have love for them. That pain hurts. Love doesn't hurt. Toxic love hurts. That's why I have this one right here. This ink is my metaphor. Love is good when it's good, but when it's bad, it's bad. That's my old ass one. That's when my first one, my first baby mom with narcissist destroyed me. And now that I know what I know, it doesn't make sense. If you're going through it, it doesn't make sense. You can think about it. Love is good when it's good, right? Because love is good, it's pure, it's healing. But how can love be bad? Love can't be bad. It's pure, it's innocent, it's healing, soothing. Toxic love, that's bad. That shit hurts because you're quote unquote loving somebody. No, you have toxic love for that individual, and you're dying because they moved on, right? Or you moved on, but they, you're going. If you're both hurt empaths, you're both broken. But they moved on. You moved on in a relationship. You see each other. You get their emotions. You hear songs. Like me, that's why. That's why every time I go live, I always play depressional, sad, suicidal music. To me, it's beautiful because I understand it every which way. These artists that wrote these songs, they were going through it, through a breakup, party, kicking and drinking, doing drugs, and that's why they're their emotions, because they're trying to figure out how to get rid of this love, or why they still love them. Like, no, you have love for them. You don't love them. Not in a bad way. You can love them for sure, but not the type of love where I love you to be with my partner or be partners again. Nah, you don't do that. You don't defy logic, which a lot of us have, but don't do that. Why do they either not read what's up message or just see but don't reply? Oh, as far as, well, it doesn't matter what platform. Once again, a narcissist, they do it so they can deprive you and you become codependent on them, because that's what happens. That's called a trauma bond. If you message them, right, and they see it but they don't want to open it up, they're seeing it for the most part, especially if it's all day. Everyone that has a phone for the most part will look at their phone. Like what I do when I get texts from whoever it is, I just go to my top and I scroll down and I see who texts me. I open it up. I see for the most part what the text is, right? Or the DMT, whatever it is. And I choose to open it or not. My choice, right? So the narcissists do that too, once again, to deprive you. Because they know you're codependent of them because of the trauma bond. Especially during breakup. Especially if you're learning about EMS and narcs, how they function. But as a hurt empath, we have narcissist traits. I could do the same shit. So that's why you have to be very cautious. That's why a lot of people on TikTok, the narc talk community, they'll vibe me, they still follow me, etc. But they don't like the way I speak, because when I say in the narc talk community, a lot of people say it just on narc talk. Everything's a narcissist. Like, yeah, they're beasts at what they do, but remember that I could do the same shit. Exact same thing, a narcissist, but that's my choice. In the beginning, before you know anything about EMS and narcs, you're doing it. You're body hopping, you're cheating, you're mistreating, physically abusive, verbally abusive, but you're not a narcissist. You have narc traits. Everybody in the world has narcissist traits. Why do you think you lash out? Why do you think you talk shit, etc.? You think that empaths, quote unquote, good people. God, positive, godly people. Whatever you want to use. Don't bring religion? No, God, cool. Positive people. So if you're a positive person, how are you doing anything negative? How are you cheating? How are you stealing? How are you being verbally and physically abusive? And you're a quote unquote positive person. Because that's the narc traits out of you. That's why. And you have to understand why you're doing it, and try to figure out what you're gonna do to fix it. If you're ready to fall back and go through your healing and awakening process, so you can understand how this world functions. If not, you don't have to. Go to the next. Keep body hopping. Keep destroying people. All the good shit. And remember, as an empath, every time you body hop, every time you do your whole phase, every time you do your one night stands, you're destroying yourself at the same time, not knowing, until it catches up to you and you get guilty. Like, damn, like I wasn't raised like this. Like I know what I'm doing is wrong, and why do I keep doing it? Time to fall back and heal, man. If not, keep falling on your face. Keep devouring yourself. I've been there, done that, man. What best thing to say to them to call them out? As far as a narcissist, to call out a narcissist, first and foremost, you gotta know if they're covert, you can potentially elaborate with them. They'll get triggered for the most part, but not too much, because they're more somewhat understanding. But with that said, now with the narcissists that are like sociopaths, psychopaths, yeah, those are the ones that are sneaking quiet, and they will take you out. Especially if you know them 1,000 and you can expose them, be very, very cautious, because they will take you out 1,000. They're not scared to. Perfect example. Look at that cat right there in Florida, that white cat. That went on the road trip with that his girlfriend, the video blogger, and where is he at now? That's I made a TikTok. That's just, yo, look how young he is. Remember, as kids, we chose to be an empath, narcissist, not knowing. What up, Sheila? Yo, what's up with the 4K doing, man? So with that said, you gotta be very cautious. But if they're a covert, like I've talked to them before, and I just tell them how it is. Like, yo, this is how you function. This is how you are. And I tell the rest of your narc squad, your narc team, tell them about me. I'm everyone's kryptonite in this world. I will trigger the whole world. And I'm trying to wake you up. EMS are narcs. Narcs, this is how you function. You can't be fixed. Boom. This is why. EMS, you do the same thing as them. So while you're hating and being bitterness to a narcissist, don't forget about yourself. You do the same shit they do. Don't forget about that. And that's why they be like, some EMS get, traditional lost EMS, they get bitter toward me, and they be like, well, how can you call yourself an empath if you're saying that we all have narcissistic traits, I go, okay, so that means you're an angel. You never stole, you never hit, you never used nobody, nothing negative in your head. Tell me that. I want to hear that from your, from your mouthpiece. And they'll either block me or they'll report me. And I'll be like, in my head, I'll say to myself, like, oh, and another one, I triggered a narcissist, I triggered an empath. I'm everyone's trigger warning, 1,000. He's non-responsive, want no contact with him. That's cool now. Don't worry about him. Like, remember, if he's a narcissist at 1,000, you're wasting your energy on him every which way, which is it's a no-no. In the beginning, yes. If you do it, which a lot of us did, it's called trauma bond. That's why in due time you should work on that and learn how to let that go. Which is the first, most hardest step in the world, is letting go of your ex at 1,000. If you don't, then you could be there for a very long time. Like my first baby mom narcissist, it took me 5.5 years and losing my brother to finally let her go 1,000. That's a long time. I'm not sure if he's covert, but all I know is he don't reply to anything with me, but talk to others. Mine seems to just ignore me, but talk to the family or friends. Oh yeah, no, Wolf. Once again, if they're narcissists, that's their job. And why are they doing that for him? Like for example, they talk about the smear campaign, right? Narcissists do it all day because why? They're the best Oscar-nominated actors in the world. So while you're dying in a breakup with them, etc., or y'all bumping heads, they'll still talk to your parents, just talk to your family and friends. And they'll play the role. Remember, a narcissist can act nice, they cannot be nice. Understand that. None of them can. They're the best Oscar-nominated actors in the world. That's when you expose them, they hate you for that. Because why? They hate. Simple as that. Because now you expose them. And they're worried about their reputation. If he or she exposed me on social media and all that good shit, then they gotta run and hide. Like that kid in Florida, and now he's running, they can't find him, right? So with that said, now the kid's gotta change his identity, hide, etc. Because that's a sociopath, psychopath. How do you go on a cabin, on a road trip, and you take out your partner? There you go. When you're a narcissist, as kids, not knowing, I'm a narc. So narcissist there is no age category other than being like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old and higher. Sounds crazy, but once again, I speak on my behalf. I chose to be a square empath. Be like my mom's side and chill side. I don't want problems with nobody. And in the Spanish world, Hispanic, Latino, Spaniards, we're called in Spanish mandilones. If you're like quiet, when they made that tradition, say, oh, we know who wears the pants in the house. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't hurt my feelings. Call me mandilon. Call me soft. Call me beta. It's a petty ass word to me. That's what I have it on me. You be the alpha machista narcissist. Be the badass. That's cool. Your shit, not my shit. I'm cool, man. I don't need that in my life. Like, I don't want no problems with nobody. I just want to chill. Enjoy life best as. Now that I know what I know, 1,000, I'm blessed every which way. 1,000. But that's why, once again, as an individual in this world, you have to first and foremost start with yourself. What are you? Are you a square, empath, circle, narcissist? The analogy that I was taught in Seattle in 2000. And then from there, wives, figure out what your ex is. And then go around you. Family, friends, etc. Look what they are. So from there, wives, you can figure out your situation. And then from there, remember, life's not hard. Tradition speaking, life's hard. Hey man, how's it going? Life's pathetically easy with a cherry on top. We made it hard because we allowed narcs and energy vampires in our lives. So with that said, remember that. Like, observe your surroundings. The idea is to push, I tell everybody, push all narcs, energy vampires away. And when on TikTok, those energy vampires like I was before in the beginning are narcissists, yes, but that's their job. But to just realize them, we have narcissist traits. We do the same shit. So if you're trying to fall back, go through the healing process, right? If you're trying to go through the healing process, which I'm gonna call you don't need no family or friends, coworkers that like, hey, get over him, get over her, move on. That's energy vampire. Because if it was that easy, everyone can move on in life pathetically easy. But no, it takes time. But with the support team, you can recover, let go faster, heal faster a lot. I promise you that. So that's why you keep positive vamps like you. That you're both healing. Then you're blessed, and now your thinking control it somewhat. And then you got good people. And then when you do by doing pushing narcs and energy vampires away, your circle will get a hell of a lot smaller, and it's okay. It's okay 1,000. Nothing's wrong with that, because all you need in your life is raw, real amps that are healing like you're healing, or if they're healed, go to awakening. They won't give you any negative BS. Only if you're doing something incorrectly, or you're about to fall on your face. Because when we're in the healing process, we do mistakes still. We're trying to figure it out, and since the old thing's still triggered. they'll hold your hand, guide you, and they'll, you know, give you what? Constructive criticism. Because why? They care and love you. That's why. Authentically wise. That's the people you vibe with. Everybody else, let them be miserable in life. Like I tell people, I push all narcs and ninja vampires away. Where I'm from, fuck, I push everybody away. Everybody. And do I care? No. I tell people, you know, when people get offended when I say, like, I don't need nobody in this world. Real shit, real talk. I don't need nobody in this world. I actually need myself first and foremost. I'm dependent on myself, and that's it. I'm not codependent on nobody in this world. And that's our flaw as traditional last stands. We're codependent of everybody. Our family, friends, kids, whoever we have, quote unquote, as friends or our circle, quote unquote. The downfall is tomorrow. For example, we wake up tomorrow and everyone texts you. Everyone in the world that you talk to via social media, family, partner, etc. I'm done with you. You know, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Don't ever call me. Don't ever text me. It wasn't happening to the individual. Because you're codependent, a lot of you gonna die. A lot of you gonna be blowing up all your partners, your parents, your kids, your friends. They're like, why do you want to talk to me? And if they don't respond, you're gonna die, because then you're gonna crumble. Because why? Nobody wants to talk to you. Now you're gonna die hard. Because you can't text, call nobody, because everyone, social media, everyone around you left you. Now you die, right? That's why the idea is to become dependent on yourself. Once you become dependent on yourself 1,000, then guess what? Anyone that vibes with you, they vibe with you 1,000. Like, that's how people, my number's 1,000. Keep it 100, tradition. How people in your life, you know, you heard that term, raised with that term, and they did you dirty. Your mom, dad, parents, priest, God, co-worker. I'm sorry, take that back, not God part. Sorry, scratch that out. You know, partners, co-workers, friends. And they did you dirty. Keep it 100, right? No, keep it 1,000. I need everything from you. That's why people, when they tell them, they're like, what do you mean keep it 1,000? Oh, that's a big jump, right? From 100 to 1,000, it's a massive jump. So keep it 1,000. I need everything from you. You do me dirty once, first time and last time, and that's it. Oh, but no, I don't give chances. See around you, all these other amps trying to go figure it out life, they probably don't know what they are. You can mop them up all you want. They'll give you 1,000 chances. I won't give you one, and that's it. After that, there's a door. Carry on. Don't need you in my life. And that's why everyone's like, you're kind of harsh. I'm like, am I harsh, or are you harsh for trying to use me? That's the question. I'm always asking you a question because I already figured it out, you know? So. Oh, snap. Sorry guys, I'm gonna start working on the laptop. What's the difference between all types of narcs and what are the traits? So all narc traits are they're very identical. They'll gaslight you, love bomb you, sell you that fake rumors your love story, which basically, you know, they'll promise you the world, they'll treat you really good, all that good shit. But they're selling you a dream. You just don't know it yet. And then 2 seconds please. Then they'll do that fake rumors your love story. So they'll do that J Dogs entanglement. So remember, so when they're going, their high is going, it's coming down basically off you, wise, because you know you're being like in their eyes a nuisance, because you know you're on them, like you know when they mistreat you, you're always on them. Why don't you love me? Why don't you hold me? Like me, analogy, right? Other than my girl now, and then. You know, I'll just say, I almost say her name. I don't get in trouble online, but I'll say, you know, cool white girl. Them two, my first baby moms, and then to the relationships wise, I've been dating guys all my life, basically, because I'm the girl I need to be held, you know, by me, show me love, you know, become one we do during TLC, and they're the guys, the machos, etc. Yeah. So with that said, that's how they function, and they'll be like, and they're verbally abusive, physically abusive. Remember, all narcs, They're always in the body hop. They're always going to cheat every single day because they lust. They can't love. That's why I call them emotional DTF. So if you ever watch Jersey Shore, their analogy used for, you know, DTF is down to fuck, bluntly wise. So a narcissist is emotional DTF. They'll give it to you good because they lust, not love. Into the beginning, you know, TLC, they smash you, feel good, all good shit, right? Oh my gosh, phenomenal. But then when they know they got you, they'll give it to you once in a while. It's on their time, and they want you to beg like a dummy. You will beg because, you know, M's for lovers and healers, right? So when we do TLC, we become one, quote unquote, right? And when they feel like you're slipping away, they will use lust again, like the beginning. Like, oh my gosh, did they give it to me like in the beginning? That's what we say, the same shit. Like, no, don't do that. But with that said, traditional Hashem, we do the same shit as them. Exact same thing as them. Mine never cheated on me, luckily, as he was always with me. That's good, but so here's the kicker. So you don't have to physically lay down. Oh, obviously physically lay down, that's cheating, but that's what I make. They can cheat on the phone, social media with their party. They can make a post on TikTok, Facebook, IG, etc. that they're having, you know, relationship problems, whatever. Make a post, whatever. They ain't gotta say your name in general, but they can say, you know, like me, I'd be like, you know, me with my ex-wives, I got on party and kick it, right? I don't give a shit for that street life. Teach almost definitely. If that's what you do, that's your life, not my life. But I told before I hooked up with my girl now, I was like, I won't ever be with a female that parties and kicks it. You go to the club, bars, all that shit. Nope, I'm not the one. So I learned my lesson. No, thank you. Because this is my belief, which I'll do a tweet about it. 95% of the people at the club, at the bar, at a house party are there for TLC and lust. And that's it. They're not there for love. They're not looking, quote unquote, looking for love. If you're talking to somebody and vibing with somebody, but are they a narcissist? Or are they a traditional step of narcissist traits and they sell you a dream? That's why all relationships, real shit, real talk start with lust. Then it falls to love. Not a narcissist. They can't love. An empath, we fall to love. Then when you start bumping heads and being toxic shit because you didn't really know each other, you fell with lust first, not love. Then you have the toxic love, bumping heads, and then the falling off stage is when, you know, you either both you tell that to each other verbally or you say in your head mentally, like, I don't love them, but I have love for them. Now it's over. That's over. So yeah, that's why, you know, yes, if he or she didn't cheat on you, then that's good. But once again, they probably potentially, if they're a narcissist, 1,000, then they mess with somebody on the phone. And then if they, you know, he or she did not cheat on you that you know of, remember, majority of all narcissists, they do that. They will all cheat because why? When you find out, you know, you're gonna die. They're gonna stab you in the heart because, you know, they're supposed to be only that one tree, not nobody else. All I can describe him is it comes and goes 4 times, either reads messages or just, oh well, matches energy. Simple as that. Matches energy. That's how I tell people, man. Match people's energy. So if they're playing stupid, you play stupid. So let's say, for example, and you'll trigger them because now, if you know, you're sending messages and they're, you know, let's say they read them but they don't respond, right? Lefty and right, all the good shit. So when they text you, do the same shit to them. Either do not read it, your choice, or message them like he's doing. Leave them unread. That's it. And you know, they'll be calling you a narcissist and an empath. Will be calling you, what's going on? Or text you, I sent you a text, you didn't get it. And then I respond, play stupid. Once again, match your energy, man. Don't fold. And that's for sure easier said than done, obviously, but I promise you can do it. And that's another thing with a narcissist, even an empath. Yeah, with all narcissist traits. If you wanna mess with them, right, quote unquote, you can do a reverse psychology. So like when they're being mean to you, right? So you do 2 ways. You know, I do both ways. So I'll be like, if you have nothing positive to say to me, don't say nothing to me at all. Shut them off like that. Like, but what? If you don't have nothing to say positive to me wise, don't say nothing to me at all. If you're gonna sit here and bicker and bullshit, I'm not the one. I'm going my day. And I didn't ask my exes, man. I'm living with you. I just told you that I don't want to do with your shit, basically. And I go on my day. You give me my face. I actually don't exist. Walk around you. Doing that, you can make all the eye contact you want. You're not gonna guilt trip me. I don't care. No, your shit, not my shit, right? And after that, if you want to start, you know, talking, because what happens, you trigger them because now you just told them, they want to talk shit to you. They want to get there and bicker like, nope, I'm not the one. And now what are they gonna do? Start talking shit. And this is when you do reverse. When you're ready to, just make sure, once again, you gotta be cautious. If they're a sociopath, psychopath, be very cautious trying to reverse psychology because potentially they'll beat you up and potentially Since you master energy in reverse psychology, you make him snap and they can potentially take you out. So be very, very cautious with the narcissists that are the Pete ones, sociopaths, psychopaths. You know? But if they're just a covert, whatever, or artificialized with narcissist traits, master energy, whatever they say to you. And my buddies taught me that in Seattle with my first band, my narcissist. I tell them how she functioned, how she was. They're like, it was reverse psychology. What do you mean? Whatever she tells you, repeat it. You're stupid. That's what I did. Yeah, you're stupid. I'm stupid. Oh, Marcia Dick, Marcia Dick, whatever it is. And at the end, we did that for about like 10 minutes. And at the end, she's like, you know, so you basically gonna repeat whatever I'm saying. I'll be like, so basically repeat whatever I'm saying. And then from there, she stay quiet. Stalemate. So you can keep going. I'm gonna keep saying the same shit. I don't care. And boom, there you go. Reverse psychology. He kept all photos on his Facebook, but I deleted everyone. That's cool. Don't worry about that. Remember, if you're dealing with your ex now, the idea, quote unquote, is to focus the energy on yourself, not on them at all. Which, yes, I get you. Easier said than done. I was in your shoes 16 months ago. I understand that 1,000. That's what day by day baby steps. I'll hold your hand and guide you. Ask me whatever question. I'll give you every scenario, every aspect. That's why I have my ink on me, etc. To tell people, I don't worry about this phone. Y'all do. You know, and if you have to worry about this phone in your relationship's over. Trust is gone. If your intuition says they're cheating, they're cheating. 1,000. But here's a kicker as a traditional last stamp. What's our flaw? Because I was traditional, I was a hurt empath. What's our flaw? We go, so here's the definition of empath is what? Lovers, healers, overthinkers, right? Traditional answer, traditional definition. This is my true definition. To all traditional last stamps were lovers, healers, overthinkers. What do we worry about? Love, time, death. Out of the 5 W's, who, what, where, why, whom, why, which is our favorite question in the world. The cherry on top. Why? Why they cheat on me? Why they use me? Why everyone just playing for dummy? It's always whys, right? And then our flaw. What's a flaw? Majority of choices are heart feelings instead of our heads, minds, common sense. That's why they always clashing. And you don't listen to what? Your intuition. And when you don't listen to your intuition, you tell it, traditional saying, gosh damn, I'm a fucking dumbass. I knew they were doing it. I never listened to myself. Oh my gosh, yeah, life's so hard, huh? And I'm, if you're doing that, I'm not mocking you, I'm not making fun of you. I was you, not being rude to you. It's not a competition. I need you to be my level, and I'll hold your hand, guide you. So with this laptop, I'm gonna actually, the hard drive is hurt, so it's basically toast. But I'm gonna try to see if I can remove it. Well, I know I can remove it, but I'm gonna see if I can get inside the hard drive with the software to see if I can recover the customer's information, the important files of the downloads, documents, videos, photos, and desktop. So computer questions, I got you all day, every day. So as you see, there's the beat up laptop. The customer does not take care of it, but it's still functional. But yeah, this one actually didn't start up, and I did a hard reset, and we got lucky and it turned on. So, but then they just said the hard drive was faulty, so I told them, hey, I mean, computer stuff, I don't charge for a lot what I do at all because I love doing this. It's easy. And this, and I can tell they spill soda on this thing because it's all sticky everywhere, syrup. No bueno. But there's your keyboard. I got old high-grade laptop. I can't sell brand exists anymore. Sadly now don't know what to do with it. Oh, if you know what year it is. So remember, check out, I'll show you. So this guy right here, look at this laptop right here. It's a dinosaur. It's a 1-core, 1 processor, which is very, very basic for a generation, but better than nothing. But this is from 2009, and this one had Windows Vista on it. I put Windows 10. In a minute, I'm about to download and put a Office on here, either Office 2010 or 2019 or 16. But the 86 version, which is kind of the 32-bit version, but it is very, very basic, yes. But for everyday use, if you're basic, if you're patient, you can still use it. You can still do surfing on there. Videos, YouTube, probably not a lot because it'll probably lag. But because the graphics card for the generation was not built for that type of, quality. So if you put like 480p, 360p, which is a lot older, then it will play. It'll be fuzzy, but it will play it. So computer questions, that's my edge. That's like, I love working with computers. So the idea on TikTok is to teach the world how to work on their own computer. Microsoft or Apple, because the idea is like I have this knowledge, right? It's easy. I can teach anybody in the world, right? But with that said, if I pass away tomorrow, You know, for example, I'll show you. So my keys like here. So right here, Photoshop's on here, etc. You know, this was a Windows 10 GPT, which is UEFI setup. This is Office. Then I have like, you know, the new Windows 10. See, these are my keys. This is my tools. This is all it is. So I'm gonna show everybody how to work on their own computer. So then you're your own technician. Then if you get comfortable with doing it, wherever part in the world, I can be your teacher. This is easy. I can teach anybody. I learned in 8 months by myself. My buddy, my teacher, taught me to understand how a computer functions and what it needs to function. And after that, I figured out. You know, Google's your best friend, YouTube's your best friend. You talk to other people on forums, and then from there, wise, you know, I can teach anybody less than a month. I have all the tools right there, and I can hold your hand. And no matter what part of the world you're in, you got TeamViewer. It's a remote software. I can jump in your laptop from my laptop, show you how to do, you know, show what you're doing, etc. So on and so on. I got MacBook Pro, so don't use it. Oh, that Mac. So I'm not an Apple fan, no, because it's expensive. They're like, I'm not, you know, European cars are beautiful, BMW, Swedish cars, you know, Volvos, all that, but they're high maintenance, very expensive, you know. So with that said, Apple, same thing. They're expensive and they're overrated. But with that said, you know, if you have it, you have it. I'll hold your hand, guide you. You know, to make a MacBook or any laptop fast, put an SSD in it, which is basically a flash drive but bigger, digital. So you have digital. Our hard drive, imagine analogy-wise, a hard drive is like a CD player, right? So when you choose a track on your CD player, if you try to skip it forward like pretty quick, it takes a time to catch up because it's trying to get to that track, right? So on a hard drive and a regular laptop, the same thing. The more people, you know, kids get impatient, people get impatient if your computer's running slow, if their hard drive is hurt, if you have too much stuff in the background running, it just is running slow as it is, and I have all the stuff in the background not seeing it, and you get impatient. You click the document folder, or Microsoft Word app or document, etc., and you double clicking it, it's not opening up, and you start clicking it like crazy, and all you're doing is stacking and stacking and stacking. So by the time it finally catches up, you have like 20 documents folder, all these folders open. And the downfall, every time you do that, you're going to hurt the hard drive because potentially you might give it bad sectors and have it communication errors. An SSD, which is basically a flash drive, a lot bigger, wise, is digital doors. So everything you open, it's just like there's a door, and it's like this, fast, fast, fast. So once again, computers, I got you. Still got my Narc X laptop too. He don't believe me, but I do. If you wasn't far, I would send them to you. Oh no, if you want to work on them, I tell you, I can teach you. It's real easy. But like I tell you, right now this laptop, look at it. Well, a laptop gets tricky because you have to, like what I'm doing, I want to disassemble it because this hard drive inside the laptop. A lot of hard drives sometimes in the laptops, they're external, so you have a little door, you take it off, and it's just right there. So that's called an external hard drive, which anybody can replace. Internal, it gets trickier because you can potentially break the plastic, etc. But that's why you have like little tools. eBay, Amazon, you buy a little kit for like $8-10, boom, rolling. And they're easy to work on, you know. And I tell you, I've been doing this for 7 years now, 8 years, whatever it is. It's robotic. As a computer technician, aka basically the doctor, you know, you can't get better. Technology gets better. New CPUs, new GPUs, new laptops. But as far as working on them now, you can't get better, honestly speaking wise. It's just the newer laptops make it thinner and prettier, and then that's where it gets tricky because you can potentially break them. If I know it's a laptop where it's delicate and they're really thin, I won't touch them. It's not worth it because if I break the screen, if I hurt it, then I'm buying this basically a customer laptop. I'm good. I'm not doing that. And me, honestly, I prefer older laptops, honestly speaking wise, because you can switch out the CPU for a better one, and which is the chip, the processor, and then you can, you know, they're cheaper. So the new laptops, if you buy new laptops, try to avoid buying best at HP, Dell's, Lenovo's, the brand new laptops. I would say maybe like 4 years, 5 years and older wise, because the hard drives, they're cooking themselves, they're dying. And those new laptops, the newer wise, they basically cook themselves. And the laptop motherboards is so new, they're about $150 to $300 for a laptop. I mean, for that motherboard. So at that price, you could buy an older laptop, DDR3, and make it modern by putting SSD more RAM, which is so easy to do. I can teach you. This is what I'm doing right now with opening it up wise. This is where it gets tricky, but honestly, for the most part, it's not hard because as you see, all I'm doing is just grabbing this, you know, slide in the corners. Well, here, so you see me, sorry. Bam, there we are. So I'm just sliding the corner, watch, and I just slide it. And I just like basically just walk it. And there you go. And there you go. Bam. And now you're a computer technician. See? It's not that hard, I promise you that. Only some can be tricky, but see, so they're basically, oh man, see this guy right here? This is no bueno. So this one, they have roaches. Dead roaches right there, man. Roaches love heat, so they get in here and they start cooking things up. So luckily it's just shells. So that's not when you work on laptops. But anyways, computer talk. There's your hard drive. This has RAM, which is internal. So basically, you know, the RAM is more likely underneath here. So if they want to upgrade the RAM, you have to take this apart and shove it inside. So what I'm gonna do is remove this hard drive because it's not recognized by the motherboard. So I'm gonna replace it with another one. Oh, if it wasn't far, send mine to you. I got you. I want to sell it because I don't want any more parts. Don't exist anymore. Oh, I'm from Yakima, Washington, Eastern Washington, top left corner of the States. I don't know. But I'm asking, where y'all from? I'm asking. And as far as parts don't exist anymore, as far as your MacBook or as far as the laptop, the other one I'm asking. If it's a MacBook, this still exists. eBay's your best friend. 1,000. So, boop, there's your hard drive. So, now I gotta get a hard drive. I'll be right back, guys. I'm from UK. My laptop is high grade, very old laptop. Oh, once again, it doesn't matter about age. As long as the laptop is like 2008, 2009, which is obviously sounds old. As long as DDR2 and newer, you can still use it. DDR2 with 4 GB of RAM and SSD, yeah, it'll be good for your everyday use. If it's at least DDR3, oh hell yeah, you can put for sure. Typically max 8. Sometimes I'm going up to 16, up to 32, but 16 you suffice. And you put SSD, it'll be like, it's like going from a Honda to Bugatti. I promise you that. But I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna grab a hard drive. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry, kids. Hard drive. So, pull out this old one that's damaged. So, potentially the idea is to recover the software. If as long as the hard drive is not dead, it just the operation is hurt that bad that it cannot function. The idea is to recover the information off the hard drive and then put on this one, quote unquote. But that's the idea. So we'll see what happens. So how was everybody weekend that's out here? I know once again when I go live, I don't get a lot of followers. Once again I do this for myself. And if you do TikToks in general, like, you know, don't worry about, like, the idea not to be, you know, that social media consuming wise, quote unquote, right? And that's a doubt for a lot of people that, you know, they go viral for the first video, and now they become the height of them, and they have to keep going viral. If they don't, they die. The world dies. Like, they don't get enough recognition. Like, bro, it's your TikTok. Like, just like whatever you're trying to achieve in the situation, keep doing what you're doing, but don't stop. Don't get discouraged. And a lot of people take it to heart. Don't do that. What up, Rick James? How you doing, man? How's your weekend? How's life? How's the family? But me, I tell you, I'll keep saying what I'm saying to my last dying breath. With 1 follower, no followers, likes, no likes, I'm doing it for my YouTube. Eventually people vibe with what I'm saying, and that's on them. I don't force nothing upon nobody. Like, call me stupid, I'm stupid, that's cool. I don't die, I go on my day. You know, not being rude and not being cocky, but like, I don't die with petty words in life, man. I'm just going on my day. Everybody most definitely has the right to their opinion, most definitely. And then the idea is like to vibe and, you know, tell each other the stories, knowledge, but don't beat nobody up the Bible, you know what I mean? Just keep it humble. That's the deal, quote unquote, you know. But once again, I tell you, I'll be doing a lot more TikToks about, you know, showing computers how to install Windows, which right now, I'll be doing the live wise, but I'll actually do TikTok. So once again, like, you can be your own computer technician. Real easy, man. You can save a lot of money, because for the most part now, everything's cheap, you know, it's easy for the most part. What's up, man? Doing great. How about you? Oh, awesome, brother. Happy to hear that. No, I'm doing phenomenal. Thank you. Good weekend. Chill with the kiddos. Co-parenting best stats 1,000. Now I'm doing my computer therapy. So if you ever need help or question with Microsoft Apple computers, that's my issue. Like, you know, I refurbish them, mod them up, add RAM, hard drives, etc., and all the good stuff. For the most part, easy to work on. The only time it gets tricky is when you open up a laptop, which all in all is not bad. You get nervous, like you potentially break things, which yes, you can potentially do that, but you gotta be very cautious. Best as. But the positive is, it's easier than working in a car. In a car, you can blow it up. You blow the motor up, have fun with swapping the whole motor out. This one, if I kill the motherboard by accident, or I dropped the hard drive, because, you know, a hard drive cannot be really dropped, because you'll move the platters and it'll cause the disk to get stuck, and now your hard drive is pretty much toast. And then to recover stuff off it, if you did not do backups, now you have to go to a recovery center, which can be, I don't know, $50 to a couple $1,000, depends on what they have to do to get the information off of it. So once again, but if you did do that by accident to yours, you just grab another hard drive, swap it in, install the operating system, reinstall Office, or whatever program you had on there, and go on with your day. But the idea is to do backups, and that's the type of people, like, if it's like kilobytes, like documents, pictures, you can always email them to yourself. It's a backup of a backup, you know? And that's what you also have external hard drives, which I'll show you right now. So with this customer, she gave me 2 laptops, because she's gonna fix these and then send them to Mexico. So she gave me an external hard drive, which basically you can buy these cases on eBay, Amazon for like $8, $10, $6. But anyways, you can just pop the cover off. There's your hard drive. So let's say I got her the laptop. I'm gonna sell her an enclosure, and I'm taking her old hard drive out of that laptop, put it in an enclosure, and now her old hard drive, I'll recover the main important software. Software, documents, pictures, and put it on this hard drive, and then wipe the other hard drive. And now I'll put an SSD in that one. Now she has 2 external hard drives. So it's like, I'm not trying to lose you guys, but once again, it's computer talk, but it's real easy. Like, I promise you, like, I could teach anybody. So with this hard drive off this laptop, it boots up, but the motherboard says basically the BIOS like, hey, there's no operating system, it's not functioning because I cannot read the hard drive. So either the hard drive is so hurt that the operating system will not function. You have too many bad sectors, but the idea is to use software to get in here, and then the idea, quote unquote, is to recover the document folders, downloads, desktop, videos, and pictures, the main important folders. You cannot recover software. But I tell you, computer questions, I'm not trying to lose you, but I got you 1,000. This is easy. I can teach anybody in the world. And the idea is I started doing more TikToks about it because, like I said, you know, I was telling my people here locally, like, you know, when I started talking about Emerson Arcs, life, relationships, online ink, etc., where I'm from, Eastern Washington, Yakima Valley, in real shit real talk, it's like 90%, you know, whites and Mexican Chicanos, right? So my little idea was to be like the computer guy that plugs so everyone goes to, and I was in it for about, I've been doing computers for about 8 years now. Yeah, 8 years now. And I was that person, you know. I was becoming the plug to go to. Everyone, I had like computers left to right. The downfall is when I went through my breakup last year. I started talking about Emerson Arcs and call it the Spanish culture, you know, Hispanic, Latino Spaniards. And then like my friend, she told me like, hey, you know, by doing that, you know, you're gonna lose your business. You know, you're calling out a culture every which way, the way we function, and you're gonna lose like majority customers are, you know, Mexicanos, Chicanos. I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm not gonna. The idea is to help somebody's world to recover from a breakup, and it's you know, understand why they're going through what they're through. And I'm not gonna stop. I won't ever stop what I'm saying. So with that said, yep, it happened. So I started talking about it on my Facebook lives, and yeah, as soon as I started talking about the culture, religion, all that good stuff, dropped me like a ton of bricks. Basically, they blackballed me, which is cool. I tell you, I knew it wasn't happening. You don't fold. Whatever in life you're trying to achieve, you're gonna lose people, and the people that love and support you, that'll be no matter what, 1,000. The other ones, there's a door, keep pushing. I don't die. I tell people, you know, and you know, people that know me locally be like, "Oh, you still talking about her?" I go, "Nah, I'm telling a story. I'm over it. I'm just telling a story. Forewarning you, I'm not a victim. I'm not a survivor. Telling a story. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But you can treat it as that. It don't hurt my feelings at all." And pretty cool. How long it took you to learn? So here's the kicker. So this is all sponsored by No Schooling. I didn't go to college for computer technician. You know, typically people go to college, all that good stuff. Saying you don't have to, honestly speaking, wise, you don't have to. You can, if you have guidance from somebody, they'll teach you. I can teach anybody. So I learned about 8 months roughly by myself. My teacher, my boy, my gamer buddy from Seattle, he taught me because he's a beast. He's a coder programmer. He's a beast, right? So I told him we were gaming it up one day. We were playing Halo Reach. This is back in 2011, 10. And I told him, hey, you know, because I was in automotive, you know, and I told him, teach me. He started laughing. "You free?" I go, "I'm dead ass. No, I want to learn. I need to learn. Like, I'm tired of using my hands, you know, to work on cars and stuff. It's good money, but if a bolt breaks, I'm screwed. Like, now I'm have the customer behind because it wasn't my fault. The bolt broke. Now if they fix, you gotta tap, die, all that good shit. And now the customer behind, they got plans to do it. And it just, now you got your manager or the owner in your ass, and now you're just like stressing. Like, it's not worth the stress, man. Like, you make good money, but you know, you cut your hands, you smell like grease all the damn time. It's not fun. So I told him, just teach me computers. And yeah, he taught me to understand how it functions. So like, he told me, you know, every computer in this world, Microsoft or Apple, doesn't matter, to make it function, to make it work, you need a hard drive. I'll bring a RAM stick so I can show you right quick. Here we go. So, sorry guys. So you need a hard drive, and then you need a RAM stick. So this is a desktop RAM stick, and then you know, a laptop RAM. You have DDR2. So this is DDR2, but this is a RAM stick for a laptop. You have DDR2. You have DDR, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4, and this is basically a SSD. So here's a flash drive. So it's your flash drive, but bigger. They're both digital. That's why when you transfer files on a flash drive, a thumb drive, it's really quick. Whereas a hard drive is like a CD player. It's got a disc in here. You gotta find the tracks. The pattern moves around, etc. So when you put a SSD in the computer, SSD basically is digital doors. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's fucking phenomenal. You can make, as long as the computer is 2 core, 2 processors. Don't matter if it's DDR2, DDR4, but as long as the CPU is 2 core, 2 processors, you can turn your Honda into a Bugatti just by adding this. That's all it is. CD player, digital MP3 player. So with that said, then you need an operating system. You got to put Windows 10, Windows 7, iOS for Apple, etc., and so on and so on. So, and which I can teach you, which I shall. It's really easy because remember. So here's my Windows 10. Wow, biggest tool in the world, thumb drive. It's an ISO. It's an operating system on here. And you have 2 versions. You have GPT, which is UEFI, or I prefer to use Legacy, traditional, which is AHCI, Legacy, SATA, etc. And it's traditional. It's easy. Legacy is more different. I don't care for Legacy, honestly. Every computer. If there are some computers, some laptops where it strictly can only use UEFI, and that's the case. You gotta. What else can you do? But if you can't, if you can have the option to use GPT or Legacy, you use Legacy. So anyway, so after you do that, which I'll show you in a minute, then I'll show you how to install Windows. And once you install it, then you have to activate it. You can buy the key, or you can do CMD commands, which is basically you're using a server to activate the Windows and Office. So for the most part, computer talk, real shit, real talk, you don't gotta buy nothing. Your choice. And that's why people are cool in this world where they make coding and they build batch files, etc., to activate software and Office and all the good shit. And basically, for the most part, you can install any operating system on any computer for pretty much free. And that's why YouTube's your best friend. So I can teach anyone like shit. I have all the keys right here. I can give you all the ISOs. I can send you all the URL links, and you can be a computer technician like in a week. And the best part, I could be a teacher. You be like, hey, I'm stuck. Like I'm trying to install Windows, but it doesn't want to install. And I'll ask you like, okay, what kind of laptop? HP. Okay, did you set up the Windows on you use Rufus or other software to put the ISO on a flash drive? I'm gonna ask you, did you use like NTFS, GBT? You'd be like, what's that? Like, well, that's what we typically get. HP laptop, especially newer laptops, they run UEFI, but sometimes you have the option to switch it back to GPT. I mean, Legacy, which is basically NTFS. So it's I do it all the time worldwide. I'm on Facebook, on a bunch of computer forums, etc., and I'm always helping people out. And then you have the haters, because when I say I'm a computer technician, they'll be, oh, you're IT guy. Like, nah, I don't like that term. IT guy is like Best Buy, computer shops where they charge you a lot of money to fix your computer, and they typically don't fix your shit. I've done so many little computer businesses locally, even in Seattle. People pay me to drive to Seattle and go to like their little shop. Like for them at the market in Seattle, the farmer market's for my father wise. So they'll be like, they hear I do computers, and they'll be like, I'll pay to come up here, and oh yeah, I go up there, and once again, as a business, right? Business and schools, they use hard drives. Like, yo, this is, I say 2020 because the world died. I died in 2020, so I'm always gonna say 2020, right? So it's 2020, and a business, a computer, any businesses, any schools, you're using hard drives. Hard drives. Like, yo, this is old school. Like, it's good for backup and storage, yes. If you want to make a computer phenomenally fast, get us SSD. This little guy here, boom, a beast. Honda to Bugatti. It's crazy what it does, And so with that said, when I do like, because obviously I'm a little guy, right? I'm not a business. I was trying to open my business, but once again, by me talking about my Inc. etc., life relationship I suffered, Emerson Narcs. Where I'm from, I got blackballed. Do I care? No, I do not. So I'm not gonna stop what I'm saying because I had a choice. Either I continue on my quote-unquote little dream and be the computer guy locally, which I was on my way, or I could help other people about life relationship I suffered, so they understand why they're overthinking, why they're going through the emotions, PTSD, depression, mental health, all that good shit. Well, not good, it's bad shit, but I'll help and hold you and guide you, or I bow down and go after my my little dream of being the computer guy and live happily with money. I go, fuck money. No respect, but fuck money. Like, I'll scrape by, I'll be poor, but like they asked about Marty, his richness in life was love, his family, etc. So that's my riches. My richness in life is my 50 kiddos, co-parenting my ex-best ass, my girl and I, 1,000 last dying breath, and then you guys, the M Squad. I'll hold your hand, guide you. That's my richness in life. I don't care about your money, status, what you do in the world. You can tell me, oh, well, I'm richer than you. That's cool, but why are you so miserable? I'll also that riddle at you. Who's the problem, man? At the end of the night, the person in the mirror or the person looking at the mirror? That's your question. I already figured my answer out, and I'll figure the answer out for you also. But I need you to answer it, not I. I don't. The idea is to not. I tell all my people I vibe with, that do one-on-one video chats. Like, I don't need you to be codependent on me at all. I need you. I'm trying to teach you to be dependent on yourself. So then you'll be stronger with yourself, and you beat yourself up, yes, but you have to figure out why am I beating myself up? Why, So that's why I was like, I'm gonna keep doing my computers. I'll still do them. For people hit me up, cool. They don't. I don't die. I buy them at the auction. I just refurbish them, put them up here and there, and that's it. And I don't stop what I'm doing. So that's why, you know what? I'm gonna share it to the world. Because if I die tomorrow, all those USBs, my kids don't know how to use it. All those computers, they just sit there. Those computers is waiting for a technician or anyone that knows about computers to install a hard drive, install a RAM, an operating system. Boom! Now the computers are like, oh my gosh, computer technician. It's so hard. The one time it gets tricky hard is when you try to do coding and programming and software engineering, stuff like that, networking, because now you have to understand the cyber world, etc. But it's which is not hard because you can learn yourself or go to school for it, or just vibe with other technicians. Meanwhile, the idea is this winter is to potentially try to get into coding, do a Python, etc. Because if I get in coding, the same way I'll teach everybody how to work and be a computer technician, I'll teach you about coding. I'll give you all the shortcuts. So. And that's how people that does, locally, or they tell me through my DMs, like, but let's say locally wise, the young cats take your stuff and they start doing. I don't care. They can take it. They can open up their business. But remember, the customer's gonna they're gonna spend their dollar where they want to. Remember that. Every customer in the world. So all you guys beefing, like where I'm from, you got a lot of computer shops. You got a lot of phone shops, right? Because nowadays phones. If you want to get into the electronic world, phones is a moneymaker because how many people break the screens? Hella versus computer, right? And here's the funny thing, which I'll do a TikTok about this shit. It's funny how, like, when I don't charge a lot. Really, for what I do, I charge pennies. And everyone tells me, like, why don't you charge more? Like, nah, I just charge you accordingly, and I'm comfortable with that, I get charged more, yes. I choose not to because I just don't feel right charging you more. It's easy. I can teach anybody, right? So with that said, I don't charge a lot for what I do, but they'll be cheap about it, and they always try to put a band in the situation. And then I'm also jabbed at you, and I'll be like, oh, nice iPhone 10. I'll be like, no, it's a 12. So I just called you basically cheap in front of your face, not knowing, because why? You chose to not spend $1 on a computer and not fix it, but this computer, for the most part, as long as even if the motherboard dies, you can always replace it. It'll last forever. You can replace the hard drive, which I'm doing now. You can replace RAM, etc., screens, all that good shit. So with that said, that's why I don't care. I'll teach everybody. I don't care whoever takes my knowledge locally and now they're working on computers. That's more power to them. More power to them. I don't. I'm not jealous. Do you think? And I even tell my customers, like, yo, I'll teach you this. Like, so you don't have to worry about me coming like once a year and getting a computer. Like, nah. Are you charging $50? Yeah, I pay you 50, but I can teach you. You don't need me. Nah, I get $50 is nothing. I'm used to paying hundreds at a shop, and they don't fix it because once again, IT guys, Geek Squad, big with computer shops, when they tell you, hey, your computer's slow because RAM, that's a gimmick. No, RAM either it's a light switch, or a light bulb, it's on or it's off. That's it. There's no happy medium like, well, it's slowing down. No. Hard drive works, it doesn't work, and you'll know because let's say you turn your laptop on and you have a blue screen, or you have you hear it boot up, but you have it on the screen. If you have 2 RAM sticks, pull one out. And then now you see the screen, it boots up normally wise. Either your RAM sticks damaged or dirty. You can grab like a eraser where the RAM sticks or the gold parts at the tip. Wipe it with oh, what up, Dale? What up, brother? How you doing? Rub it with an eraser, and now your shit boots up. Rolling. If not, then that RAM stick is damaged. Go on eBay, Amazon. You don't have to buy a new one. You can buy a new one if you choose to. But buy used ones, Oh, what's up, Reina? ¿Cómo estás? How you doing? Welcome to the live computer talk. Yo, what's the deal? How's your weekend? How's the family? How's life? Welcome to the live. So I'm doing computer talk. But life relations, why we suffered, all the good stuff on top of that. But yeah, the idea is to teach the world about computers. So you can be your own computer technician. So you don't have to go to Best Buy or a computer shop where they charge you hundreds of dollars to not fix it. Good. How's your day treating you? Oh, marvelous. Alonzo, my idea, what I say to myself, As long as I wake up above ground, another day to do good, another day to live life. Bless, thank you. How you feeling? How's everything with you on your side? I believe you're from Texas, I believe, if I remember correctly. But yeah, computer questions, I got you, kids. This is easy. All day, every day, you know? So right now, I'll tell you, I'll boot this puppy up and we'll do I'll put the Windows 10 on there. The new one just came out, the new Windows 11. But I'm gonna try one of my laptops, scope it out, see how it is. All Windows is doing is just getting prettier and prettier and prettier. That's all it's doing. Like, Windows 10 is cool. Like, you know, I prefer Windows 7 or the older Windows 10, like the 1903, 1809, because it's not as regulated, but you can still use it. It's still functional. But what Microsoft is doing and software companies is doing, they want you to use the newer versions of Windows 10 because, you know, it's a gimmick so that you buy their software, all the good shit, and if you can't put in an older operating system, and so on and so on. But it depends once again what you're using it. I prefer Windows 7 because it's the best operating system with that's less pressure on the whole components wise. LOL. Geek Squad is ripoff. 1,000. Yes, Texas, awesome. I thought that's awesome. But yeah, that's why Geek Squad definitely 1,000. They're the ripoffs. That's why, like, when they go, oh, you know, my boy Theo, he graduated, I believe, a year before I did. So he's from here, so he can tell you so I'm the doctor, computer technician. He's the networker. He tell you about networking. That's his world. Like, I understand it to a certain extent, but he can tell you more than I can. But that's cool when you have a squad, you can vibe it up, you know. But that's why, like, locally, like, there used to be this native cat right here in Toppin that she would tell. I did so many customers for him that they'd be like, I talk to customers, they tell me it's slow, and they'd be like, I took it to the computer shop. I go, I'm asking, which one do you take it to? The one on top, and I go, not really, but the one with the native cat? Like, yeah. And he told you your laptop's slow because your RAM? They'd be like, yeah, and typically either it's slow because it needs to be serviced or the hard drive is hurt. And I'll tell, if the hard drive is hurt, I'll send him pictures and be, no, look at this is the reason. It's not your RAM. RAM either works, doesn't work. It'll beep at you, it'll flash, and so on and so on. But no, it's functional. The reason why your computer's slow is because your hard drive, like this one, I will not. The laptop will boot up, but it says it does not recognize this because it's either for sure dead, hurt, and the operation is not there. So the idea is to try to recover the important files off it. If it's recoverable, if not, then it's dead. So if the person really cares about their information on this hard drive, they can pay a data center, but now they can charge you $50 up to like $5-8 grand. Depends on what's on there, you know. I had a bootleg of their software. It's garbage. With that shit, with Best Buy, when you buy the laptops, right? They install their software, their antivirus bullshit, and it's Geek Squad shit. So when you do not resubscribe the next year, if you try to adjust any of your, like, if you try to make your MS config, like, boot up faster, turn off certain app, etc., it will ask for a PIN number, right? And if you don't have that PIN number from the Geek Squad, and it'll tell you, it'll forewarn you, hey, you can allow these adjustments, but when the computer restarts, if you do not have this PIN number for the Geek Squad bullshit, then your computer is basically gonna lock out. now you're stuck. You have to hit up Geek Squad, and either I don't know how that functions. You either pay for it and they'll give you the PIN number, or now you're SOL. But at the same time, you're stuck, but you're not stuck. If the hard drive gets encrypted, like with if it gets encrypted, it's encrypted without that password. You'd be surprised how you can fix Windows with the internal process. Oh yeah, no, for sure, 1,000. Especially with Windows 10 with the what's that called? I'm so bad with names. I don't use it because I don't use it too much. But it's not the CMD command section, the traditional one. It's the I forget. It's the blue screen one. You can fine tune it and do your batch files, all that good shit, which is cool. Like, that's your world. I kind of understand it to a certain extent, but yeah. But once again, like I tell you, Geek Squad, they'll be charging you. But once again, I got you guys. Computers, easy. So this one, as you can tell, this customer did not take care of it. It's all beat up, but it's all love because the idea is to just to boot up Windows 10 and roll with it. Because they're fixing these so they can send them to Mexico, back to the family. So this one, they're just putting another hard drive in it. And the other laptop I'm gonna do is, because it's slower, they want it faster wise, so I'm gonna put an SSD in that one. So they want to cheap out on this one, which is cool. Like the DISM command, correct? There you go, PowerShell. I'm sorry, like I don't use it often. Like I only use PowerShell like certain things I have to recover or adjust, whatever, for a customer. But all in all, because once again, YouTube is your best friend, so. But all in all, you know, that's your world. Not really that, but that's networking, security, etc. Coding, programming. That's your guys' world. I'm just the mechanic. So, but let me see. Oh, bro. Cool. Mario juice. I'm out, bro. Oh, take care, brother. Most definitely stay fresh. So there's like I'm trying to get the BIOS so I can change the UEFI. But once again, any computer question, guys, I got you. 1,000. This is easy. So this one I already have it set up for legacy. Before initially it was set up for UEFI, but I have it off. So yeah, cool. And now we start doing the hard work of installing Windows 10 on there. Me, I gotta go through all my my USBs because I have too many of them. So I have like a lot of old ones that are like older version of Windows 7, 8, and 10. 8, I didn't care for 8. Honestly, I thought 8 was garbage. It was more like an Xbox. Hey, she is Queen. How you doing? How's it going? Oh, it's EFI. Nope, don't want this one. So it's EFI. So what are y'all doing later on, I'm asking? Understand. Yeah, see, I as you can see, I have way too many USBs. Way too many. I gotta go through all these and see what I have on here. Cause this is where I usually try and label them, but yeah, I'll see what's up with these guys. Let's try this again. So the idea is this is the right, quote unquote, the right flash drive. Hey Zenio, how you doing? How's it going? So by the way, it's acting. There we go. So this is it's booting up. So I have another one here, but I think this is the Windows. I'll figure it out. I got too many USBs. But yeah. So once again, I'm gonna boot this one up. So then the idea is when it boots up, I can put this in the hard drive enclosure, and this is the original hard drive that's hurt to try to recover their important files off this. The idea, quote unquote. So, but once again, so this is once again starting fresh. Put a hard drive in it. Now I'm installing Windows 10 on it. So this is so hard, and I say that sarcastically wise. I tell you, I can teach anyone computers. It's easy. It's a broken record. I've been doing it for 7, 8 years, whatever it is now. I lost track. But it's easy. So once again, I got you which way computers, Apple, Microsoft. Even for example, like you have iPhones, tablets, etc. You know the tablets that are like you usually have to buy your movies and your music off iTunes, right? So you can actually use, as long as it's MP3, MP4, and it's the correct format and coding for it, you can actually use software called Copy Chance Control, and that'll basically bypass. It'll bypass. Oh shoot! What is this thing? It'll bypass it'll bypass everything. Sorry. How do I heal from a monarch? What up, Jesus Army? Oh, how's it going? How's it going? To heal from a monarch, you have to first and foremost. I'm also promoted 1,000 times. Like you gotta have a support team. 1,000. I may have to have my ink. Ex's name. I let it go in 88 days. Why am I 10 M's? My light workers. So the more people in your support team, the more people, they're basically like your therapist, you know? You just talk to them, vent to them, etc. And the idea is to focus your energy on you, 1,000. Which is, I understand it's harder for sure in the beginning, for sure. Easy said and done? Oh yeah, easy said and done, definitely, but it's not impossible. Because in the beginning it hurts a lot. And the reason why it hurts a lot, because they're not by your side. That's why that's called, it becomes, basically you become codependent on them, aka you're trauma bonded. And that's when you're trauma bonded. That's when it's hard and tricky. Now, luckily at TikTok, that's the only reason why I'm TikTok. I promote the shit out of it 1,000. Before TikTok, you have Facebook, IG, Twitter, Snap, all the good shit. But who's talking about M's and arcs? Not a lot of people, right? So with that said, a lot of us, like I did, we dealt with ourselves. We believe in our heads that nobody can vibe with me. Nobody's feeling what I'm feeling, so they can't understand me. Bullshit. That's why I love TikTok. I'm like, the whole world's dying. Not really when I say that, but the whole world's dying. The world's broken, but there's a reason why it's broken. Which one are you? Or your emperor and arc? If you're amp, you're broken for many reasons. Why you're stuck in a generational cycle, not knowing. Basically, raised to fail, not knowing. And with that said, like once you, as an individual, you start understanding M's and arcs and their function. If you have tension with your parents, a lot of them when they try to understand, they become more bitter and hateful toward their parents because, like, why don't you teach me this? To tell people, like, yo, if your parents don't know this, don't be hard on them. Just show them more love and compassion, like, because they're stuck in a generational cycle. And, like, when they get mad at this age, whatever they are, and they're still getting mad, you can just try to, be cool with them. But if you talk to them about M's and R's, then they think you're crazy. Like, what everyone thinks I'm crazy, and I go, I'll be crazy. I don't care. Oh, what up, Anton? How you doing, brother? How's it going? How's your weekend? And that's why, once again, the whole world's trigger one. That's how my, ink is a story, Amps and Arcs. So with that said, I'm gonna get it more on me, so I'm calling the whole world out. So when I get my ink done, I'm considered crazy 1,000. And like, I thought about it really good. And everyone's like, you gonna put that on your face? So yeah, I'm everyone's trigger warning 1,000. My unique ink, nobody in the world has it because it's unique for a reason. It's not really certain. I said it's not robotic. It's not everybody else's ink. No, it's a story. But as far as back to the healing part, yeah, I was supporting like that. I go hold your hand and guide you. I do a lot of one-on-ones, like you see on my notes. Watch my TikToks. I do Zoom calls. I do all that. It's like I'll hold your hand and guide me. Ask me whatever question you want. I'll hold your hand and guide you. Remember, as light workers, as the empaths, whatever, we're level the healers, right? So I can hold your hand, I can heal you, guide you, support you, uplift you, forewarn you, show you love, but I can't fix you. Nobody in the world can fix you, not even God can't fix you. He gave us free will. We can only fix yourself, so no drugs, no alcohol, no pills, no psychiatrist, no counselor. Nope. No therapist can't fix you. He can hold you and guide you, but with that said, which I do with TikTok with therapy and counseling, like good shit, like, a lot of them telling you today, not tomorrow, at least within, I would say a week or two. Like me, I'm a computer technician, right? I'm the mechanic. I'm an IT guy, so I will tell you today, not tomorrow, what's wrong with your computer, what I recommend, and it's your choice to spend $1 or not spend $1. Your choice, but I told you exactly what's wrong with your computer. See, today, not tomorrow. If I want to be like an IT guy, Geek Squad and all that, be a gimmick, I will tell you your computer still is RAM. Sell you some bullshit love stories, say all the good stuff, and take you for your money. Nah, I'm not here to take you for your money at all. I'm here to save you money. I don't charge a lot for what I do. And just, if you want to learn about your computer, I'll teach you how to do it. See? That's a lot of my people like, yo, you could be a counselor. Pff, my nickname with my female friends, they've all call me counselor. Counseling's easy, man. That being a therapist is easy because once again, for the most part, M's we have very similar stories. We have very similar like childhood trauma, etc. And our overthinking is triggered. Why? We have to figure out why our overthinking is triggered. And typically, for the most part, it's because of our exes. If you're taught people lie, they break promises, friends are cruel. What then? What? Yes, and I know because that's tradition, and people do lie. But why do they lie? A narcissist lie 1,000 because that's their job. They're all robotic. It can't be fixed. Give them the props. And now you might be have hatred and bitterness towards them, but because that's the beginning. A lot of us do that in the beginning. But the idea eventually is to heal, to forget, not forget. But it's your choice. It's your choice. But with that said, us traditional last stems, we have narcissist traits also. We do the exact same thing. So with that said, like that people are traditional saying life's hard. No. Life's pathetically easy with a cherry on top. It's hard. It became hard because of us. We allow narcissists and energy vampires, which are traditional last stem with narcissist traits around us. So while the world is worrying about race, religion, politics, and it sucks that COVID's happening, the zombie apocalypse, but it's happening, right? But can we stop it? You and I, anyone behind the screen, can we stop it? Can we stop race, religion, politics, COVID? Nah, we can voice our opinion, but people are actually over words, over their opinions. They're getting physical over words. I call it caveman. I don't believe in getting physical with nobody. You're a caveman. That's what I teach my kids. Be verbal, don't be physical. Physical for caveman shit. You can't, they couldn't communicate back in the day. So that's why, like in the cartoons, you see like the guy bonk his wife over the head with the billy club and drag her over. That's, you're my wife. Because they didn't really know how to verbalize, quote unquote. So with that said, what you can't control in life is your present. Today, not tomorrow. Yesterday's is the past. You and I can't fix it, right? But if it was a bad day, try to fall back. If you're mentally ready for it, and elaborate why it fell apart. Why was it a shitty day? What do you do today to fix it? Or make it day a lot better wise. Tomorrow, aka the future, hasn't happened. Everyone worries about tomorrow, the future. Like they talk about, do it for your future. You might not wake up tomorrow. Not being rude to you, but you might not wake up tomorrow, right? In our heads, the idea is to live forever. Best dads are 100, whatever, 150 years old, quote unquote. But the idea is not to stress about tomorrow. Worry about today. You woke up today, and at the same time, study yourself, right? Study yourself. You have to. You're your own. You have to be your best friend. You have to become dependent of yourself. Stop being codependent of the whole world. I understand the beginning, yes. Easier said than done. I say it easy because I went through my healing process, my awakening process. Now I'm woke. I'm Neo in the Matrix. I call the whole world out. So with that said, work on yourself. Control your environment. If you, for example, if you're living with your parents, because I don't know what age you are, etc., with your parents, or like roommates, with your partner, toxic partner, etc. Now you're in a sticky situation because you're under somebody's household, right? So you have to kind of have to abide by their rules to a certain extent. But you don't have to be bad. And if it's your parents, if it's your siblings, your partner, you don't have to be friends with them. Like, let's say you're having a bad day, just keep it short with them. Don't be mean to them, but just like, hey, I'm gonna just keep to myself, type of thing, Don't be shy. But we're taught and raised that don't be mean. It's not being mean. You're being honest. Like, I'm having a bad day. Like, don't give me any shit, please. And that's like I tell people, kill them with kindness. If you have nothing positive to say to me, please don't say nothing to me at all. Keep the negative thoughts to yourself. And typically a narcissist will get triggered and might pop off. A traditional last time might do the same shit. And be like, I don't got time for this. I have enough shit in my life. I have enough food on my plate. Please be respectful. Kill them with kindness, But with the narcissist, once again, that once you understand to the fullest, and you have to know 1,000, not 100, 500, 1,000, this person is a narcissist. On TikTok, the world draw like I did. In the beginning, I believed my ex was a narcissist because everyone has narcissist traits, and that's why I was picking at the Matrix. Like, I was already through my healing process. I already went through my woke process, and I would just kept on like, I would like, and believe me, like, watch my TikToks that go from like September 1st till like I would say like mid-November wise last year. I ain't watched them because like maybe 2 weeks ago, someone liked my old ass TikTok from like November wise. And I can see I'm making that TikTok basically towards my ex. Because I believe she was a narcissist, right? Because she had narcissist traits. I was more the verbal abuser, she was the physical abuser. Both narcissist traits, but we're not narcissists. And that's why I was like, yo, she's not a narcissist. Nor am I. we're both broken, we're both hurt. Like that's why I was like, oh, then she's a hurt empath. And that's what made my category. I switched my whole game up, like my whole terminology, the way I thought. Like nah, and that's why I'm creating my categories. A traditional amp is basically when you're tradition-wise, you go by, hold your V card, the Virgin card, whoever you laid down with, and my culture, Spanish, Hispanic, Latino, Spaniards, by religion, whatever, Catholic, Mormon, etc. You're gonna be with them. You have a kid, family, a wife, picket fence, tradition bullshit, right? Quote unquote. You're a traditional one. All you know is your partner, and that's it. Amp or not, whoever the hell, whatever they are by the side. A hurt one is after you go through your first breakup, you lost the V card, and then now you're in a second relationship. Every relationship after that, you keep hurting yourself. You keep devouring yourself, not knowing, and you're not trying to. Like you're not like, I'm fucking bored. I want to kill myself, hurt myself with these words, and choose thousands of people. No, if you don't know what an amp narc is, like a lot of us don't know, then what do you know? You don't know, right? You're just going by tradition. You're going by people come and go, all that corny bullshit traditional saying, which I dislike so much, and that's why I don't believe with tradition. That's a lot of people don't like the way I speak, and I talk and they'll be, oh, that's just black and white. Amps and narcs, that's all there is. Like, well, the gray part is a lost empath. What's that? A lost empath, the category I created, that's your black market, mafiosos, gangbangers, racist. Do you think they're bad people? Yes, but do you believe every gangbanger, mafioso, or racist is a narcissist? They're really mean? No. They potentially might have been orphans, broken home. They have no family. I've talked to people that have no family at all. Like they're like John Doe's basically. They don't know who they are. Like my name's John, my name's Maria, but I have no parents. I don't know who my family is. That's kind of hard shit. And that's what they fall to what? The streets, drugs, mafiosos. All that shit, negative shit. Because in theory, like, at least they show me love. But obviously, they're doing wrong. Yes, they are. But they do I care? No, they don't. Because they have no guidance. And that's your lost empath. And once again, after your first breakup, now you're hurt empath. Like I'm talking to her right now, and I told her, yo, you remind me of me. So, she did the tradition, the V card, etc. Knew her partner for 7 years, all that great jazz. Now she's been single going for a year. I go, yo, ma, chill. Like, keep working on yourself, because you're single and you're female. Everyone's gonna come at you 1,000, gay or straight, and you've only been one partner. So don't do the whole face. Don't fall apart. I did, etc. A lot of us did. Don't do that. Like I'll hold your hand, guide you. I'll be like your big brother type of shit. You are me at your age. I was in your shoes. But if you fail and you fall on your face and get in a toxic relationship, don't feel bad. A lot of us did it. I'm just holding your hand, guide you. Your choice. On my side, I'm doing what? Communication, comprehension. Your side behind the screen, communication, 1,000. You comprehend today, tomorrow, 20 years from now. Your choice. I don't force nothing. What I say to nobody upon them at all. That's your choice. I call it. I don't Bible thump nobody at all. But I'll elaborate with you. Every which way. I'll give you scenarios every which way. And the idea is to get it so you don't sell yourself short and you don't keep defying logic. You don't keep beating yourself up. You don't keep questioning your self-worth, quote unquote, right? So. And that's why, if you're younger than me, and you start vibing and you understand this and you start, looking at your surroundings, like your partner, your parents, your siblings, co-workers, people at church, go to church. Observe everybody. Everyone's an narc. Look around you. Narcissists can't ever change. That's why I tell a narcissist, stab him in the heart. You can't change because, you're basically the devil's disciple. The devil cannot step in God's house. But the devil's disciples, aka you, the narcissist, can. You could be a priest, you could be a nun, you could be a chief, a teacher, principal, whatever. Anything with higher power, because you guys are, lustful, greedy. You love power, etc. But you sell dreams and you do a lot of negative shit. But you can't ever be fixed because you're your own karma to your last dying breath. Because you're trying to learn how to love yourself, but you can't. Highly impossible. You are your own karma to your last dying breath. And that's why I've talked to a couple of them when I get on arcs. They're like, man, you're harsh with your words. I'm like, I'm just trying to get your attention, stabbing your heart. I stab in your heart with, and you can't take that knife out. And now you heard my words, right? It resonates. It sits there. You cannot be fixed. You don't come to last dying breath because you don't have to love yourself. You won't ever learn how to love yourself. So with that riddle, who's the problem? For this is for a narcissist. If you, the riddle, I tell everybody, I'm sorry, but for narcissists, when I tell them that, who's the problem? The person in the mirror, the person looking at the mirror. Your situation, you're stuck with that mirror, man. Both sides. You can't ever fix yourself. Amp, we can. We're ready to fall back and heal, go through a healing process, awakening process, awakened, and then become woke. then you're healed 1,000. Now you're at my level. It's not a competition, but I need you to. All the amps, I need you to be at my level. So you sleep with 1,000 and waking with 1,000 with no worries in the world. Time is irrelevant. No more dreams. I only dream when I have power naps. Real shit with talk. I need like 7-8 minutes of sleep. Power nap, I'm going for 8 hours. You know, when I sleep, I die. Sounds crazy, but because my overthinking is gone, it's diminished. I don't stress about shit. I adapt to my environment. So the idea is to, in life, you trip and fall, right? You trip and fall many times. I can't speak on your behalf. But the idea when you go through healing and awakening process is you fall back and you start studying yourself. You start studying relationships, your partnerships, your coworkers, your family, your kids, etc. And you tear them apart. You try to figure out why you suffered, why they fall apart, why you all bumping heads. And when you figure that out, then you work on yourself. Because like I tell people, you know, especially amps wise, our flaw and the reason why we get devoured because we don't. A lot of us hate ourselves. A lot of us dislike ourselves. Even if you look beautiful, cosmetically, yo, you're beautiful, right? You hear it all the time. But since you've been verbally abused, you don't believe you're beautiful. Because you've been verbally abused by a narcissist, which is a job, giving them props. That's what they do to destroy us. Or the traditional last stand, but narcissist traits. Because words can go a long way, right? It goes miles easily. And that's like my ex and I, you know, I tell you, I love you for leaving me. You know, I had to die. It was done incorrectly, but it's cool. It had to happen like this. This is the reason why I'm telling the story. You know, I love you for leaving me. I have nothing against you nor you doing. I'm cool with you guys. You know, you're in the hubs. More power to you. I just tell them like, yo, don't fold. That's all I say. Like, logically speaking, wise, y'all more power won't make it, but I didn't make the rules. I just figured it out. But I'll talk to y'all, vibe with y'all, most definitely. And it feels good. I mean, like, it feels hella good to talk with her and shit. Like, I tell you, yo, chill out. 7 years together, it's shit, right? Toxic as fuck. The blessings we have are kiddos. Now you and I are talking and vibing. I'm not bragging to you, but it's because I had to die. I got it. So, you know, she was here yesterday. You know, I was working on her car and stuff, and my family gave me, you know, shit. My friend like, how do you work on a car? Like, she did all that shit to you. It's over. It's done with. I don't care. I had to die. I have nothing against her. I figured it out. I'm at peace. Thank you. So with that said, she was here chilling with, you know, our boys and just chilling. Like I was working in the car for a minute, so like what, 4, 5, 6 hours, whatever it was. I didn't keep track of time. Cause she's chilling, still, you know, cooking meal for the kiddos, talking to her dude on the phone. I'm just working, chilling. You know, working her car and her and her dude's car, their car. And after I was done, they took off and went on back to their crib. Good, no feelings, no bitterness, no hatred, nothing at all. You know, a little dab with stuff, take care, be safe, drive safely, keeping it humble, you know what I mean? And it's beautiful when you like that, because why? Now you're at peace with yourself and with everybody. That's why and like what I like. So I'll get my ink more pretty soon. Like the idea is by next summer wise I'll be done. But I'm calling the whole world out. Amps and Narcs, as I have it on me. Amps and Narcs, I'll eventually have my Team Amps, Team Narcs, everything on me, right? It's all this is my hashtags. The answers to life, relation, why you suffered, and the story for all Amps and Narcs. I'll talk to anybody about this easily. I don't care what you are. If you're a narcissist, I'll still talk to you. I don't have no hatred or bitterness towards you at all. Hey Sharita, how you doing, miss? How's your weekend? How's life? How's health? A lot of amps, but you have the right to a certain extent, but you have bitterness, hatred towards their narcissist 1,000. But as you know, like I say, like in your head, right? To help you with controlling your overthinking, right? Or understand why you overthink. So overthinking is triggered because of triggers, right? And you haven't let go of your ex. X is 1,000, which is the first hardest, most painful step in the world. Then you have to let go of your past pain, toxic love, trauma, and the cherry on top, childhood trauma 1,000, right? And that's why you have your, like for example, like, you know, anxiety attacks, depression, mental healthness, PTSD, emotional breakdowns, you know, all types of negative shit. And you think like something's wrong with you. Yes, something's wrong with you because people hurt you. Yes. And it sucks, hell yes it does, but now you gotta figure out why. That's the question, our favorite question, right? Why? So, and then to help you control your headwise a little bit, in our heads, so like, there's, which I'll get on me pretty soon, I'm telling you, I'm calling the whole world out. So with that said, the rap artist named NF, right? The letter NF, so Nora Frank. The song's called Mansion. So I took his song, his analogy, I made it my way, to simplify it best as. So imagine in your head, right? Your mansion, I'll hold your hand, guide you. And there's the entrance, right? And I'll tell you how I did it. But I can't do it, you know, I did my part and that's it. And I'll hold your hand, guide you, tell you how I did it. But that is your mansion. So imagine your head when I hold your hand, right? You go to the door. I don't know how many people in this world hurt you. From day one that you remember as a kid to behind the screen today. So each individual that hurt you, each scenario that hurt you, all the doors of that scenario, that individual is wide open. No matter if it's one door, 1,000 doors, 10,000 doors. That's why your overthink is triggered. That's why you have anxiety, all that good shit. Because the doors of pain are wide open from day 5 years old. I think like 6 years old till last year. That's why I'm angry here. Her and I were, what was it? April 8th, 2013, and I died on May 3rd, 2020. So I had to figure out why I died. Well, I worked on my ex first, then my exes, then I worked on my past. 6 years old on until last year. All the people like, family, friends, coworkers, teachers, I ain't do shit, I'm garbage, all the good shit. Like, and then when you work on each door, right? This is the idea, the concept that I did. Forgive, not forget. Anyway, the tradition where you forget. How can you forget? The only way you forget is if you have amnesia, but eventually you get it back, right? So you forgive, not forget. Don't hate, don't dislike, don't hold a grudge against them, but just don't hate. Don't like the way they did it to you. The idea is to close that door of pain. But with that said, you don't have to do anything I said. But I was stabbing the heart at Amps, stabbing the heart all day. You don't have to forgive them. Your choice, most definitely. Stabbing the heart a little bit, but in your mansion, that door, your ex lives in that room, rent-free, watching Collateral Beauty, eating his or her popcorn, smiling in your face. How long you let him live in your mansion, that door, that room, rent-free? The question, your answer, not my answer. I just hold your hand, guide you, and there you go. Now you have a match in your head, right? And that's the way to simplify your overthinking, because you look at your surroundings. Why? For example, you wake up in the morning, like today, you woke up good, right? You start out fresh, you're feeling good, and you're just walking the streets, whatever. I don't know, whatever you're doing with your day, but you have to observe your environment, observe yourself, right? And let's say, you was doing good and something triggered you. So you got mad, you got in your feelings, you got sad, you heard a song, etc. Like me, that's the reason why I purposely play breaking music, depression music, suicide music in the background, because I love it. It's beautiful to me. I understand it to the T1,000. If you're going through it, if those songs trigger you, it triggers you for a reason. Why? Because once again, someone that passed away, someone that hurt you with, actually said all the good stuff. It gets you and your feelings, not me and my feelings, because they used to. When I was going through my breakup, I was into all these songs and I was crying and dying, crying like a bitch, hurt bad. But you had to figure out why it did that, So that's the idea too. So that's the type of I'll hold your hand and guide you every which way. So we're booting up, kids. So with the hard drive, it takes a little while. I'm so used to having SSDs. These guys, where it's digital, where it's really fast. So this is when you start Windows, like, man, it's a turtle. I'm like, dude, it's taking a minute. Because the majority of my customers, they'll do SSDs. They'll go the cheaper. I'll put like a 120 gigabyte, 128. $20 more, you get a 256, which is more volume, but that's their choice, not my choice. But yeah, so yeah, continue on. But I tell you, that's any question about life, relationships, why we suffered, M. Snarks, computer questions, I got you. And I tell you, don't be shy. You can comment all the way. You can always DM me. I talk to all the M's that I vibe with. I'll give my personal number. You can call me, DM me, video chat. I do a Zoom call with the squad, and we just chop it up and just talk about, every aspect. Once again, I say it easily because why? I'm over it. I figured it out. Neo in the Matrix. Everyone's laughing when they say that. I'm like, call me crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but that's why the Matrix is the best analogy of the Ant-Mark War. So basically, Morpheus is basically your hurt. Perfect example, Morpheus, right? Analogy. Morpheus is basically on TikTok. I imagine you've seen his name, Jordan Peterson. He's a psychologist. So that is a perfect example of Morpheus. He's basically a hurt empath that is, he's awakened, but he's not woke. He's like one step away from being woke, but he hasn't figured out how to. That's why when you see Jordan Peterson's like responses, when he talks about kids and life and relationships, he gets emotional. He starts crying because he put himself in their shoes because he was there, And that's a hurt empath, and peeking out. They're trying to figure out to become woke. So then, I can talk about it. I talk about it now. I don't get emotional. The only time I get emotional, real shit, real talk, is when I watch movies, flicks, and I tear them apart because all I see around me are squares and circles, M's and arcs. And I figure it out, and I'm like, damn. Here's the kicker. So movies, books, series, you know, soap opera, that good shit. MC Narcia everywhere, man. Square, the good guy, the bad guy turn good. And it's the life have been in her face, but which is to us in the 2D world of Matrix, she, you know, blue pill, we don't know shit on shit. We're just, it's life, deal with it. People come and go. Wow, that's an awesome master in life, huh? As I make fun of it, like, damn, we got so the biggest dream in the world for whatever age you are, man. And the older it is, the worse it gets, because you know, for sure, it's never too late. Yes, 1,000, but obviously it'd be like the shit I know now. It'd be nice to be like 20 years old, know this, be 15 years old, know this, 1,000. But it's all good. It's all good, and that's why, like, you know, like deja vu. I don't know if y'all believe in deja vu, but that's when you have, like, when you basically feel like you lived it before, you did it before. So me personally, in my lifespan, I've had deja vu like I think it's 5 times. I think it's like 2 times with my siblings, 2 times my first baby, my narcissist, and my ex now. But it's wild because, like, my deja vu was like basically like I told them, don't say nothing. You're about to say this, and I dropped what they would have said. And they're like, damn, how'd you know that? Like, I was like, oh, deja vu. Like, what's that? And I told them, oh yeah, I basically lived this. I already did this before, and I've, you know, and my belief is this, but now that I know what I know, is basically the future me wise was telling the younger version of me wise, like, hey, you know, this doesn't happen, in due time, it doesn't happen, and like, okay, you know, let's say, for example, my dream, right? It has to be in your dream. You know, and like, and you ask him, like, you know, that's why they make movies, like, how so? How do you know this? Like, how much believe you? Well, I'm gonna give you a scenario. This doesn't happen, you know, whatever, you know, your siblings say this, and you know, your partner's gonna say this, whatever, etc. And then, you know, but I can't tell you when. By rules, I can't tell you when. But I already told you what you're gonna say. I'm gonna give you the scenario, the you know, the scenery wise. And when it happens, yeah. And I was like, oh, so basically, so is there afterlife? I believe there's afterlife. So the idea is in the afterlife, the next life to be, quote unquote. It took me 39 years in my life to become Neo, become woke 1,000, to figure the Matrix out, right? So the idea my next life, I'll be, I don't know, shit, 36, 34. I don't know, and that's why it's time I grow about that. Like, so let's say, because generational cycle, I keep getting better, I keep getting younger, I become Neo at younger ages. Then what? What's after that? It's wild talk, but if you're like into like, you know, science and all that good shit, and you know, future type of stuff, and open-minded, you know, then you potential vibe with the situation. That's like that I don't know if he's all black, but that scientist, that Neo whatever he is, I forget his name, so bad with names, but he's hella smart. And they asked him one time, like, hey, you know, if you could live forever and the opportunity was there, would you take it? And his answer basically was like, which I'll do a stitch to it, I have to do a lot of stitches, but he basically said no. He's like, for what? If I know I can't die, I'm immortal, right, quote unquote, then there's no reason for me to get out of bed. I have nothing. I can just lay in bed and just chill because I know I can't die. You know, I don't gotta do nothing. Which is you can say a traditional answer, yes, but see, with that said, now that I know and I'm Neo, like, yo, opportunity is there. I'm taking it. I'm taking that shit and running with it 1,000. That's like there's a series on Netflix, but I think it's a series in general. But I think it's called don't quote me now, but I want to say it's Carbon Steel. I want to say it's called Carbon Steel or Carbon something. But anyways, that is like, which I believe we're almost there. So basically, the breakdown of the series is it's almost like immortality, right? So you know, you have your regular humans, and then you basically have an option to be once again pretty much immortal. So the way it works is sleeves is basically human bodies, and then stacks is basically behind your neck. You have a hard drive in your neck, but it's basically a little chip. We call it a hard drive. It's basically inside your neck. Let's say you get in a car accident, right? Let's say a car accident and your body, you know, it takes a hit where, you know, you die. But as long as your stack, your hard drive, is intact and then it get damaged in the accident, whatever it is, they can take that, you know, remove it and put it in another sleeve, aka a body. So you can, if you have the money, you can buy the sleeves. You buy other bodies if you want to. If they don't have a body for you, they'll give you a donor body, and you'll be, whatever, 100 years old in a 10-year-old body. You know. Yeah, it's crazy to watch because, you know, in the beginning I was watching it and there was, you know, because obviously it's the beginning of the series and you don't understand it, right? So you have this lady that's like 80 years old acting like a little, you know, I think like a 4 or 5 year old, and that's what it was. I was like, the hell? And then it made sense because they're like, oh, well, because the parents are like, this is the sleeve you gave her? Like, this is all we had for her. If not, I could take her stack out and, you know, file her away, and then we'll find another sleeve that's about her age, then we'll put it in there. and they're like, no, we'll accept this. So now you have your body is 80 years old, but your mentality is a 7-year-old because that's what you really are, because it's stacked. So that's why I was telling my girl about that. And we talked about that, and she asked me like, would you take that? I was like, oh hell yeah, like if my belief, we're almost there, right? So if the opportunity is there, and by rules by religion, that if I do that, and because I'm breaking the rules of religion of life, I'm supposed to die naturally or whatever. But now I'm defying logic and basically, doing it because human made it, man made it, not God man made it, etc. Right? That's called man made. And yes, I would take it. Because why? Because I could keep telling my story, Emerson Narcs, and I can keep doing, get the world back, damn Narc, etc. Damn back, and then these Narcs, put them aside, figure out, which I already figure out how to do it my way if I had the opportunity, and which I'll do a TikTok. I know when I make the TikTok, I'm gonna get a lot of criticism, especially from the Narcs, and be like, yo, that's the way I do it. A lot of us, and when we go through it, we want to put like one of the dumb call it good. Like, nah, now you are technically speaking the role. You're playing the role of God to a certain extent because you're speeding up the process, which is basically a no-no. Which I had the mentality also, like, yo, these Narcs they're a fraud of the world. They're respectable. They're useless. Like, all they're doing is destroying us. So why keep them in this world? Why not just finish them off and call it good? But in reality, they're their own karma. So the way I would do it, honestly, I'd like grab like Antarctica or whatever, Greenland, whatever, move all the people to any part of the world, paid for, and throw them all on their own little continent, basically. Every Narc, throw them all on there, And every time, because obviously they don't have, TLC lust, every time they have a kiddo, we just roll up and just take them, and we'll raise that kid. So we already know a Narc raises kids, it's over. That poor kid is destroyed. So that's why, that's why I tell everybody, if the opportunity is that, I would definitely take that 1,000. Heck yeah. And then and by rules, let's say they tell me, well, if you do this, you're gonna potentially go to hell for it. I'll probably go to hell as long as I see all the family make it, all the Narcs control their which way, and now they're all segregated, all the good shit, and they won't ever hurt an empath. 1,000, I did my job. Now I'll probably go to hell. Don't care, because I did my mission, my achievement, and I'm blessed. A lot of people are like, yo, that's kind of harsh. I'm like, I'm just trying to save the world. All the M's, wake them up, the squad. So I'll keep saying what I'm saying to my last dying breath, and that's why, like, when people are like, yo, why aren't you more famous on TikTok? Because I do not sit on Narc Talk. I'm not being rude to the Narc Talk community when I say that, but not all my TikToks have this phrase, the narcissist, no. They're all robotic, they can't be fixed. End of story. You can't save them, God can't save them, they can't even save themselves. End of story. Worry about us, Trader shall not stand. We'll do the same thing, so be very cautious with us. And that's why I know what I know, And that's what I tell people. When you start going through your healing awakening process, you will speak differently wise, different to everybody has their own terminology, analogies, etc. And nothing's wrong with that. So now you're expanding now you're paying the matrix, you're understanding it more, and now you understand why you suffered. And it sucks when you figure it out, like, damn, I got played. Welcome to the world, we got played. But it's cool. Welcome to the matrix, man. Now we figured it out. As you can see, still booting up. This is, I'm telling you, like, the next one I do after this one will be way faster. This is like the whole waiting game. This like takes forever. I'm like, ugh. This is drags. Once again, I'm so used to SSDs, so when I work on customer hard drives, I'm like, but it's cool. There's their money. I just gotta be patient. Gotta be patient. Well, whoever's not here, I'm asking what are y'all doing this afternoon? I'm asking. Boom, boom. And they too fast. I'm gonna follow you because you've been here. So thanks for vibing. But yeah, I'll probably next month wise you probably see me a lot more on lives. And I'll probably do more like I usually do in the evenings. But right now I'm just doing because I'm doing on the computer. I was like, I'll just go live, chop it up. Whoever jumps on, cool. They don't. I'm just doing this for once again for my to vibe for sure with whoever jumps on her, most definitely. And then from there wise, as long as the TikTok server does not glitch, it'll save it to my profile here on TikTok, and then if it lets me download it correctly, I can download it to my phone, and from there put it on my laptop and upload it to my YouTube channel. So it's just more YouTube material. So if you want to go on my YouTube, I talk about this all the time as far as MC Narcs, so why I suffered. It's robotic, but I love what I talk about. 1,000. And you go to my bio, click on the IG icon, aka Instagram icon, and then you can see my YouTube channel. You can see my IG channel also. So, and social media is the best platform in the world to do whatever you want, especially TikTok. That's why I love TikTok, because I can chop it over the amps. They're going through it. So, and that's why a lot of amps would be like, hey, you know, how you in my head? I'll be like, oh, I love that question. So that's why I say, you know, amps, you know, we have very similar stories, right? So somewhere in my body, I'll get the ink on me, but my little motto, I tell people, all the amps, yo, this is my motto to you when you guys ask me that. Your pain is my pain. I died like you died. I know exactly how that feels, and it sucks. I'm just trying to hold your hand, guide you, and support you, so you can understand why why it failed. And now, do not sit and dwell on it too much. You know, you gotta work on yourself, because every time you're in a relationship, right? Every time if you do the whole phase, because you rage out, have narcissistic traits come out, or you start body hopping, or you just go and get into a relationship in general. Every time you fall on a relationship and it falls off, you hurt yourself, right? And that's when you're crying, you're dying. In reality, you're not really crying for them. You're actually crying for yourself, because by overloving them, you lost love for yourself, and that's why you die hard. And you question your self-worth, like, what could I have done better? I could have done this. It doesn't matter. You can smash him like a bunny, give him the whole world. It's over. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's over. But don't worry, trauma bond, it sucks. You come and go, you break up many times. A lot has been in trauma bonds, and it sucks. But the idea is, when the trauma bond is not to become numb, which I need to do a TikTok about that. So I can tag one of my friends, one of my amps actually locally, that she was one of my light workers that helped me out. She was there for me when I was going through it. So now that I'm blessed, like I told her, I'll talk to you. But I miss Kiwa Gadisa. Welcome to the live. Oh, we got some action going on. So now it's gonna boot up a little bit more. So Kiwa, how's it going? How's work? But so I told her, just don't become because she was telling me, I don't cry no more. It don't bother me no more. But he still does toxic shit, comes and goes. And I was like, right, but the idea is not to become numb. And she's like, what do you mean become numb? I go, I'll do a TikTok and I'll tag you in it. I told her, I take that back. I told her I won't tag you in there because I don't want to out you there, etc. But I'll elaborate, and I'll send you my TikTok through Messenger DM. And basically, when you become numb, is basically what she said. Like, when you're in a toxic relationship, either with a narcissist or there's a lot of them, because we have narcissist traits also, and you become trauma bonded. When you become numb is the point where, like, you see it all the time after the big movies, right? They'd be like, hey, I saw, for example, scenario, I get back with my ex, right? And she starts cheating, because typically logically speaking wise, one's a cheater, always a player. Once a cheater, always a cheater. Once a player, always a player, for the most part. But with you, that's the shit. With you, they'll do it. Anybody else that didn't use supply to be, Emperor or Narc, whatever they're into, etc., whatchamacallit, they have to put on a show. They gotta, do their fake Romeo and Juliet love story and all that good shit, love bombing, all that good shit, honeymoon phase, blah blah blah, right? So with GY, let's say I take her back, and she cheats on me again, which, like, speaking wise, she shall, because the trust is broken, and and I take her back again and again. Now, which a lot of us done that before, right? If you become numb in the situation, that's when they'll be like, for example, they'll be, hey, yo, Rito, I saw your girl with some guy at the club, and they're doing a thing. And I'll be, oh, that's cool. She does a thing, every month, and she'll come back. And everyone look at you crazy, like, what? Oh, yeah, no, that's normal, man. I'm used to that shit. So when you're saying that corny bullshit, you're used to it, I don't cry anymore, it doesn't faze me no more, but they come and go, like, well, why do you have them by your side? If they're coming and going. And that's what they do. I'm like, no. You're becoming numb. So basically, you can accept that type of relationship, which is broken as fuck, until you pray to God, which you go by religion. I tell you, we go by religion, so you got to pray to God that your partner change. No, you don't pray. You pray for the mate once or twice, and that's about it. But you need to pray for yourself. You're praying for the wrong individual. We'll share real talk, So that's what I told her. I'll make one today. My phone's almost maxed out because I do so many damn TikToks. Because I love TikTok. That's my ish. I can vibe about whatever, and boom, rolling. Because the TikTok life all day, every day. That's why my phone, I'm gonna add TikTok on here. After do my touch up, I'm gonna add TikTok. Because, you know, basically this, you know, phone system at the party. So when you're going through a breakup, your partner, or you're going through a toxic relationship, your partner will reach out to people on what? This phone. Because it's easier to socialize and sell a fake image of love story on this phone than to verbalize in person. That's what I tell people. You know, when you go and meet new people, etc., if they ain't matching the energy on the phone versus face to face, then there you go, red flag. If they can't, and on the phone you have a conversation with me, but not in person, what the deal? What's going on with you? And that's you, be cautious. You know, I'm not gonna show you that fake image of love story, love bomb you, and here we go, fall on your face for whatever time it is, you know. And which it's like, it's okay to a certain extent, but if you're on TikTok and you're hearing it, but once again, it's your choice. TikTok is the best platform to learn about life, relationships, why we suffer. Snarks. You hear everyone telling their story, all that good shit. That's why on IG, Facebook, Twitter, I promote the shit at TikTok. And matter of fact, like on Facebook, when I do now, which I'm gonna start probably. Let me think now. Oh yeah, IGA changed my name. Facebook, I let my original my name, and then Twitter, I believe I have my either computer services, but I think I'm gonna switch it to, well, more likely I'll change it to my Lightworker one, my new one here on TikTok. If not, I'm gonna have to add the ad sign, you know, follow me on TikTok, whatever. But anyways, but in reality, my TikToks have the watermark, right? But anyways, like, you know, I promote the shit of TikTok all day because, oh, there we go, kids, starting. So now we're gonna get ready to install Windows 10. So like on Facebook, when I do my upload my TikToks, right, I'll do like all my hashtags, and then I put at the very bottom, I put like TikTok, you know, and I put my ad sign, then I put, you know, my TikTok username, and then from there, as you know, because like Facebook, you have your end page and our pages, all the good stuff. But with that said, they say traditional answers, not rude to them, but you need to know the answer, not, well, people come and go, it's life, that's how they function. Like, no, but why? Can you please elaborate, please, you know, quote unquote. So now we're gonna connect it to the Wi-Fi, so it can start doing its updates, and then so the Windows starts talking to itself with the hard drive, all the good stuff, to install Windows 10 on here. So you'll see how hard it is to install Windows. I remember Windows 10, it's on here. Windows 7, Windows 8, iOS, El Capitan, McAfee, all that good shit. It's USBs. That's how I can teach anyone about computers. But that's easy with a cherry on top. I noticed you changed your name, love it. Yo, miss, thank you 1,000. Because I was like, yo, like, I gotta get people, for example, on TikTok, it's all spiritual, right? 40, 50, 60, 70 world. So you have tarot card readers, you have your astrologists, you have Wicca, white magic, black magic, all that good shit. So that's, you know, once again, 40, 50, 60, 70 world in the Matrix. So it's not calling everybody out. I was like, yo, as when you go through your healing and awakening process, we're all light workers, right? But aka God's angels, but I'm a woke one. Like, I'm Neo in the Matrix, I already figured it out. So that's why I put woke. So like, some people like woke, like, oh yeah, I'm woke. I'm not just a light worker, I'm woke 1,000. You know. So right here, I'm setting it up. So when the customer don't give me their information, I just put demo. I gotta tell them, you know, and I don't even put a password. Like, yo, you can change it whenever you want. I'll show you how to do it. I usually put a video on them, on the laptop itself or desktop, so they can see, okay, watch this video. You can switch your name and password right here, whenever you want to, because I don't know your information. So, but in a second, you'll see how hard it is for Windows to work. So there you go. So in a minute it'll boot up. This is a hard drive, so it'll take a while, because it's a hard drive. Probably like I'm guessing 3-4 minutes potentially for 5. But when I put on the other laptop, I'm gonna put a SSD in it, so it'll be way faster than this. You'll see the difference. So, but yeah. Anyways, oh, there, it doesn't take a thing. Alright, but yeah. So anyways, like I tell you, so that's why I decided to choose my name. Because everyone's trigger warning. So call everybody out. Which is like, tell me, I'm not doing it a rude way, I'm just doing it to get your attention. So if you're a narcissist, I'll elaborate to you how you are, how you function, how you can be fixed, your traditional lost stamp, I'll break it down for you. So you understand yourself, you know? Every which way. So, which once again, in the narc community, a lot of people don't like me. There's a follow me, but like I've asked them before, let's do a live, and they say, oh, maybe in due time, but they'll do they'll do lives with every other Narc Talk person that's known out there, but like I don't sit on Narc Talk. That's cool what you're doing, you're educating, yes, but you know, you're giving too much energy to the narcissist, man. Like, they're all robotic, they can't ever be fixed. But now I'm telling you, now let me tell you about us. I can do the same shit. I can manipulate anybody in the world, even a narcissist if I wanted to. And that's the time I can match your energy. Like, yo, I know you are. I do the same shit you do. What? I do the same shit. I can love bomb you, gaslight you, say that fake romantic love story, the J Dog is entanglement, verbally abusive, physically abusive. But I'm not a narcissist. But I know how you function. You can't ever be fixed. I can be fixed. I am fixed. Thanks to myself, my light workers, God, etc. You, my friend, last dying breath. You're your own karma, because you won't ever learn how to love yourself. That's your flaw. That's your karma. That's what it is. Just give the answer to life, baby boy. Now go tell the rest of your narc family. I'm at doctor appointment waiting. The waiting game. For sure. Hey Esme, how you doing again? But yeah, no, definitely. So that's why, like, which I'm gonna do like another TikTok today to and it's once again, like, I call people out. Like, I'll vibe with anybody. Let's just do a live and chop it up. Like, it's not a competition. Like, people hear the word debate, they believe, like, you know, war. Like, nah. Just sharing notes, sharing stories. That's it. Don't beat me with the Bible, vice versa. You won't trigger me, but if you get triggered, I'll call you out and they're like, yo, I triggered you, whatever I just said, work on that. We'll switch the subject, because if not, like, I can talk about it, but we continue on. If you get more in your feelings, that's because you, not because I. Boom, Windows 10, kids, rolling. So now I gotta start doing my ish. So once again, this one, and then the idea in a minute is try to recover their information off this hard drive, because it's technically hurt. Yes, it won't let me. It will now boot up to Windows because it's hurt. But the idea, potentially they might get lucky and the hard drive could just be hurt from the operating system, but enough to boot up. So that's the idea. And then this one, it's already activated, so I'll show you right now. So yeah, this one's already activated. Poop. So now I'm gonna start now I'm gonna start doing and now about this one, that the battery's dead, so I have to like plug it in, make sure it don't unplug, because like as you can see, it just shut off. And the charger sucks too. But anyways, now I'm gonna start install Office, and then Google, VLC Player, TeamViewer, etc. Which I do to all the computers I work on, because with TeamViewer it's remote software. So like all my customers, at that time, yo, you're having issues, you know how to use certain things, just call me. Open up this software. It's called TeamViewer. It's remote software. I can jump in your computer from my computer. I don't have to come to your house, here in person. Anyway, if I sell my laptops or desktops on eBay, Amazon, etc. Same concept. Mercari. I tell them the same thing. Like, yo, here's my business card. Come whenever you want. Like, this is you. This is I. I'm the doctor. So call me. I'll guide you which way. Like, man, this is cool. Like, yeah, I got my products. I tell people I just. They use computers, they can die whenever they want, but the positive, I can teach you how to, if you're a Celtic nationwide, how to replace the motherboard, how to install Windows. I can take care of you. I got you. It's really easy. I promise you that. So. How was your weekend, miss? How's the hubs? How's life? How you behaving? Sorry, it's taking a minute. Trying to wait for it to boot up again. Because I think every time the computer shuts down, especially a laptop when it's on it to allow on the hard drive, if you do that too many times, you can potentially corrupt the operating system or hurt the hard drive either or. Four years later. Once again, I'm used to SSDs, not hard drives. What's good? What's good? Weekend, family time. Hubs and I are good. How are you? Oh, awesome. Glad to hear that. Hell yeah, 1,000. No, I'm blessed. Like how the kiddos right now, cause I do the market in Seattle on Saturday, so I have them like Saturday night to Sunday night basically on the weekends. Which is the cool thing about co-parenting, relationship with Talk is like I know they feel the same way. Like, you know, between her and I, we have four. We have 4 boys, and my stepson, her son, 5, right? So when she brings them all over for the weekend, or that night, etc. Eventually, when the market's in, I'll have them Friday night till Sunday night. You know, like I know her and her hubby like, hell yeah, you know, love the kiddos, but we get a break. Cause you know I love my dad, but they're a lot. You know, they drive me crazy on the weekends, right? So with that said, you know what you gonna call it? Like I tell my kiddos, yo, your mom, you know, one more night, guys, and go back with your moms. Love you guys, kick in the butt, go with your moms. I get a break. I get 5 days to myself. So it's when you do co-parenting, man, it's good. Like, cause you both good on both sides. The idea is not to be bitter, have hate toward each other, and you do it for the kids. Cause when kids are involved, the true victims are the kiddos. Fuck the parents. Not no respect when I said it, but it's the truth. Like the kiddos, every kid in this world needs to see their parents together, and they want them to. But kids do not know what parents are going through at all, and that's when you bring kids into this world, not knowing. That's why a lot of single parents are out there for that reason. You're with the Emperor and Arc not knowing all the good shit. That's why when I do comments on people's TikToks and they be like, "What's Emperor and Arcs?" The cool thing about nowadays is with the new update with TikTok, I can do a video response to when they ask me that instead of just commenting and that's it, you know. So not there when they, you know, how do you have her at your place? It's over. Life goes on. You know, we cool now. In the beginning, yeah, in the beginning will be hard and you will have bitterness, hatred. Yes, understand that most definitely. But once you get it, you're good. You're good. I promise you that. So right now what I'm doing is, I'll show you. So right now I'm gonna install Office on here, because it's not on here, so. And this is it's a lot slower because it's a hard drive. So SSD with digital way faster. So now, and now it starts. So this does take a minute because it's once again it's a hard drive, so probably take like 5-7 minutes because it's taking its time. It's good that you have co-parenting done. Oh no, man, it's 1,000. Very blessed. Like real shit. I talk like I love my kids, but you know I got 8 kids. 7 my blood, man, stepson number 8. It can get, you know, on the weekends, you know, my girl's not here. She's in Cali. You know, we're doing that longest relationship. 2 years from now, she'll be by my side. You know, which is like when you get in a relationship, it's like when I was on TikTok Live, that deal was I was just vibing. That deal wasn't to find that TikTok love story, you know, and it happened, you know. So now we just adapt to, you know, you adapt to your situation. And I mean, locally wise, they'd be like, you know, how do you do that? Yeah, and then be like, how do you know? I'll be like, oh yeah, how do I know, you know, that she's not cheating, vice versa? That I go, yeah, you gotta know your partner 1,000 every which way. If you're not, then let the cheating begin. Especially a lot of these relationships, you know. But the same shit I told him, your partner could be cheating next door, you know, next to you. You can be sitting in the same bed on this phone doing this shit. I go, I was there. Then, you know, while we're going through shit, that I know that, you know, no respect to her in the moment, I'm actually like, I didn't know, you know, and the relationship was broken. Yes, it was, but I didn't know she was talking to him because I didn't worry about this phone. People that worry about this in a relationship, worry about this phone, your relationship's over. Real shit, real talk. It's done. You gotta be a PO to your partner. It's over. Everything is backwards. 1,000. Oh, as far as in TikTok in general, as far as my story in general. So I'll give you the same page. But once again, I tell you, I'm just telling a story. I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. I could tell you many stories. You know, which I'm gonna start doing more TikToks about, like talk about my narc, you know, my first baby moms, and just give scenarios like, yo, this is what this is what I was with the glue, and like, for example, like any male female that brags about their pendant, which is their private part, male female, that's then they be like, they got good D, good P, and all that good shit, and that's all they brag about. That's all they got. The majority of them, for the most part, are narcissists because they lust, they don't love, they like broken heart. And that's all they offer. That's all they can offer. But here's the kicker: a narcissist can offer less, and that's it. But the thing about them is they're all robotic and they're broken. So I call them emotional DTFs. They only smash you in the beginning. That's it. That's it. They can't stay consistent. They're inconsistent. Yeah, pretty mind blowing. That's what I tell them. Yo, you're garbage. That's all you got. Just that. Psh, that's garbage because we do it on your time, not my time, not our time. Your time. You're emotional DTF. You're garbage. No, I'm talking about your PC screen is bad. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's just because I don't know how to work the camera. It's all inverted and all that good shit. So yeah, everything's backwards. So that's why when I go into that live, I'll be, hey, can I see what? So on on my side, I'll be, hey, what ink do you have on your right arm? But on there, so to us it's right, to them it's actually left. So it's crazy. And they'll be like, oh, the other one, like, oh, you mean my left arm? Like, well, my side shows right. And then they go, oh, she did it. She switched the camera. She's like, oh no, let me switch the camera. Now you're seeing what I'm seeing. Like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, everything's backwards. But yeah, as you see right here, it's here, I'll show you, put it right here. It's installing Office. After install Office in this one, then I'm gonna try to use the external hard drive, plug it in here to try to get inside the hard drive, see if I can recover any information off of it if it's not dead. Which I'll show you in a minute how to. I'll show you what software you can use to. You can use. It's called. I believe the first is called like Crystal Disk. It's called Crystal Disk Info, and the other one's called Hard Disk Sentinel. So that's for the most part. That's to test any hard drive or SSD for the best part. Some SSDs, but on the SSD flash drive only if it has like, I guess you want to say, coding or feature on there where they can actually read SSDs. But it'll show you performance. It'll show you health, etc. All the good stuff. It's got bad set, your communication errors, all the good stuff. And that makes my job a lot easier because if the computer being slow, that's the first thing I do with a computer customer. I put that software on there. Be like, oh, there's your hard drive. What do you mean? See right here? It's hurt. That's why we're having issues. Really? That's why. So you can still, I can clean it up, whatever. But it'll make it a little bit faster. But the downfall is in the hard drive. Sure, you just put a Band-Aid on it. It'll get you by, but if I was you, if you don't have external hard drive, I don't. Which a lot of people in the valley, they don't have any. So when I work on the computers and their hard drive like dies completely, and they'll be, well, with my pictures, I'm like, I tried, I can't get into it. I tried the software, tried it two different ways, they can't. All you do now is take it to a data recovery center, and they're gonna charge you, I don't know, $50 up to $5,000. $5,000? Do you love your pictures? Do you like your pictures? I don't want to tell you, man. Like I'm just a doctor. That's what the idea is, to do backups of the important stuff. You love it. If not, then this happens. I'm sorry, but it's bye-bye. You can't get it back. Only, once again, you pay the data recovery centers, but it could be an arm and a leg. So I tell people, if it's pictures, documents, email them to yourself. I believe each email, Joint, Yahoo, Google, they give you like 20 gigabytes of free space. Then if you want like, I think 100 gigabytes a month or whatever in general, it's like $5, $10 a month. Because basically you're borrowing space on their servers to save your information up to 100 gigs or whatever, a terabyte if you want to. You just pay whatever monthly or yearly, etc. But that's why the idea is to have, external hard drives. Like me, these guys, I got so many, it's retarded. I'm always downloading software, movies, audiobooks. It's stupid. There's so much stuff in the cyber world is retarded. It's like almost infinity. But and with that said, I'm gonna have to do a TikTok. I mean, one of my I call all my people I vibe with really cool, like brothers and sisters, my peoples, He gave me an audiobook like 4 or 5 years ago, right? So I tell people, you wanna come to my world, like go on Hidden Awakening and Woke Process, read the book or watch you go on YouTube, actually hear the audio on YouTube. It's called The Power of Now. That's basically for your your healing, awakening, and woke process. Because basically, the power now is it's about the present. Keep it about the present. 1,000. Learn from the past. Take your notes. Do not dwell on it. Just learn from it. Push forward, and that's it. Tell a story. Share your wisdom, quote unquote. And tomorrow's the future. If you do not wake up above ground, don't stress about tomorrow, because the future hasn't happened yet. So you just worry about the present. And that's it. Deal with the people present. And that's it. Don't try to see in the past too much. So, yeah. Doc here, take care. Oh yeah, for sure, Mrs. Thanks for stopping by. Stay fresh. Hit you up later for sure. Thanks for stopping by. Hey Bells, Buck, how you doing? How's it going? But I tell you, yeah, I say my life is pretty much robotic, but in a positive way. Like I would say, narcissists are robotic; they can't be fixed. My side, I'm robotic. I always talk about the same thing: race, religion, politics. Race, religion. About life, relationships, why we suffered, Empson Arc, the war. Basically, all this. Once again, all this is a story. It's a story for everybody in this world to help you control your overthinking and understand why you suffered. And that's it. After that, it's like, yo, once you figure that out as an individual, now you love life a lot better. Like when I go outside and enjoy Mother Nature, like before, like, obviously Mother Nature's around you, the world's around you, right? So with that said, like I go outside, I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I'm one little person where I'm from, a little drop. And the world is massive, the universe is massive, right? But I don't even worry about that anymore. Like, the only place in the world that I love to go to travel eventually is to go, before I pass, etc. The idea. I don't do plans, I do ideas. Because ideas are 50-50 shot. They work out cool. If they don't, it wasn't meant to be. I don't sit and dwell on it. If you do plans and then plans fail, what happens? You become bitter, hateful, and you become spiteful and shit, and you talk shit to everybody, and just because you didn't get the job. But you manifested you would get it, and you didn't get the job. Now you turn bitter and shit. So, but the idea of me as honestly would be like, well, it's probably like Japan. There's other countries that I love to go to, but I love Japan and the Asian culture because, Japan for the most part is like almost like perfectionist wise, and Asian culture, they're chill for the most part. They show love, man. That's why I love Seattle because, Taste of Rainbow, different ethnicities, race, religions, everything. Just for the most part, they're open-minded and vibing. That's beautiful as fuck. That's why I speak the way I speak, because the West Side, Eastern Washington, where I'm from, 1950 Rolodex, nah, man. This is old school times. Everyone's like, introverts for the most part. Keep themselves out the shit. Main races, whites, Mexicans, Chicanos, and that's 90% of us there. So all is just mainly brown and white. But the West Side, Seattle, Taste the Rainbow. So I love Seattle. I speak the way I speak, as far as like, being a socialist, open-minded, because it's Seattle. I love Seattle. That's my real home. So I go there and vibe and chop it up at the markets, and they'd be like, oh, but my customer I was dealing for like 7 years, I believe. I didn't go 1 year. Oh, pardon me. I didn't go 1 year. Actually, I didn't go 1 year because I was just trying to, I was bumping him with pops. And I was like, nah, I just wanted to make more money, so I went to work for a company, right? So I didn't work at that time, except for that business-wise. But, so I didn't go that 1 year. So the deal last year when I was going through my breakup, I was like, I told my customer, my regulars, like, yo, it's my last year. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm retiring from the game. Like, I'm gonna just go home with the breakup. And mainly this is my regular customer, the customers I'm cool with. Like, I'm gonna fall back and work for myself and take care of my kids and do my computer business, right? So that I told them that, if you see me up for next year, it's like maybe a rare type of shit once in a while, but until the time of the issue, they're like, I thought you said you're done. I go, that was the idea, but I was going through my emotions last year. And I go, no, I'll probably die doing this. Like, really? Like, no, I love doing the market. Like, it's very physical because you have, set up tents and crop and all that good shit, which is cool. But once you start, when the market actually starts and you start selling and buying with the customers, that's my world. I love talking to people because right there you can vibe with everybody, and now, like, my customers be like, especially my regulars that know me, they be like, so you're my produce guy, you're my computer guy, and now you're my counselor. I'm like, yeah, I got you, every aspect. So I gotta call. Actually, matter of fact, I gotta call a couple customers a day because they're going through like potentially a divorce and breakup. So I'll tell them, give them a jingle vibe, elaborate. So yeah. But what I'm probably gonna do is like whatchamacallit, try to finish the laptop right here, and then I'll probably take a break from to the live. I'll jump back on in a minute because I'm actually exhausted because I went to work out, do that gym therapy this morning. I did power walk for an hour straight, so I feel hella good, but my body's tired. So so me as an individual, now that I'm woke, like when I'm tired, it hits me hard. Like I gotta go to sleep. That's why I'm slowing down and basically exhausted because that workout, hell yeah, and that power walking got me. So yeah, but I will tell you, I'll probably jump on like in another hour. I'll jump on again, so I can do the second laptop. So I gotta take this as a customer today. So the cool thing about here locally wise, for one of the shops here, like I do her computer work. She reached out to me before my breakup. She reached out to me right on IG, and she asked me about the MacBook, and then we met up, etc. I got it from her and worked on it and brought it back to life, all the good stuff. And she's like, hey, like I promote computers, I put up my business, but like I don't do computers. Like I don't really know about them. Would you like to I'll take them in and you work on them. You charge whatever you want, etc. And I was like, really? Like yeah. So I've been doing that for like I think 8 months, 10 months. So I tell you, man, I respect you, man. You give me work and stuff, and you got stopped. She's nah. She's actually the presidential opener of the business. She told me like, should I have more computer work for you? Like, I love computers, man. They're easy to work on. This is robotic. So once again, replace the hard drive, add more RAM, add SSD. Add Windows. Wow, it's so hard. But I tell you, I can teach anybody. It's really easy to do. But yeah, then I'll probably go live tonight. Usually I go like live on the nights, evenings around like 8, 9 p.m. So the idea is because usually when I was younger, I love cardio, right? So the idea is potentially if I'm not too exhausted, go again in the evening, go for another hour. This time I'll probably just start slow, do another hour of power walking. That I want to push myself too hard yet, and I typically don't lift weights until I'm like about 2-3 weeks into the cardio session, and then I'll start adding lifting weights. Because when I do that, then I'm at the gym for like 2-3 hours easily. I have my little routine that I do, etc. So this is taking a while. I'm so used to SSDs. It's taking a minute. But you know what? I'm actually passing out. So I'm gonna jump off the live kids, and I'll probably jump out. Give me like an hour. That'll give me enough time to get some rest. And that's a cool thing when you're woke. Like, in a power nap, I just need like 18 minutes. I'll be good. But I'm tired because I didn't see too much last night. So I'm gonna sleep in. I won't get some Z's. But I'm gonna jump off the live kids, and I'll be back like an hour or so if that, because I don't have to pick up my daughter till 5, so that'll give me like 2 hours to play with, do that, and then jump off again, and then come back on around 8, 9 p.m. my time, Pacific time. So thanks for being on here, everybody. Too fast, man. I love, respect you. Thanks for vibing with me, etc. For being on here, and potentially catch you again in an hour or so. So take care, stay fresh. Ciao, ciao.